From 41 years ago, they'll have to wait.
Yeah, I was one of them, Brian.
Yeah, it's too bad. All right, Kentucky with a win. They're on to play Tennessee in the Sweet 16. We're back in a moment. Kentucky wins at 84-75 on the Busey Bank, Illini Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey basketball fans, Shea Bolin here from your Fighting Illini. When I'm not on the hardwood, you can find me in the classroom as a student in the U of I's College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Though balancing sports and studies can be a challenge, I love how in LAS I'm encouraged to ask big questions, try new things, and find unexpected answers. It helps me be my best both on and off the court.
It's tip-off time on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield. The excitement of Rebel basketball is brought to you in part by C-Spire, official wireless provider of Ole Miss Athletics. By Ford, Mississippi Ford dealers and the Ford F-150, official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels. And by Regions. Get your Ole Miss Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. This is the 2025 NCAA Tournament. Now back to Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee. Alongside Mark Dukes, here's the voice of the Rebels, David Callum.
And welcome back indeed to Fiserv Forum, where we just watched Kentucky get a win. Coach Pope's got a big smile on his face. Our radio friends to the right from UK, Goose and Tom Leach, are happy as their team has won. They're interviewing OLE here as Kentucky won 84-75, and they really played well, Mark.
Yeah, they did. They're so much better with the point guard back, and he's being interviewed by the TV guys right now on our left, and
Butler.
Goose Givens sitting to my right scored 40 in the NCAA championship game in 1977. I remember watching him left-handed just go off in that game.
And now he's doing interviews.
Yep.
You wonder if these kids know he did that.
No, number one, unless they've asked him or he told them. No, 77, nah. Their dads weren't even born then.
We're getting ready for Ole Miss and Iowa State coming up next. They put some time on the clock. They'll crank it up. Looks like our tip is going to be closer to 7:15 now. We welcome you back to the Countdown to Tip-Off show. Ole Miss baseball is up 10-5, top of the 8th, trying to get a sweep at Como. Women's basketball, as Dan told you earlier, won 69-63 over Baylor to punch their ticket to the Sweet 16, so we're excited about that as well. Injury update is brought to you by Richard Schwartz and Associates, your Mississippi injury law firm. One call, that's all. And Rebels are good to go health-wise, but Iowa State coach, as we've talked about, missing a key player. The 6'4 senior from St. Louis, Missouri, transferred into Iowa State from UNLV. Keyshawn Gilbert is out. He is second on their team with 119 assists on the year. So that's a big number. He also is their second leading scorer at 13.4 points per game, brings down 4 rebounds per game. He missed the Lipscomb game and supposedly going to miss the entire tournament. And what they're missing with him not being there is 138 threes with him out. So that is a huge loss. It looked like as far as execution of their offense and getting things done against Lipscomb didn't phase them very much at all. But that's a huge loss, obviously, for Iowa State.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. DK and the young man that's going to start in his place is a great three-point shooter, but he hasn't played a lot this year. And Nate Heisey, but he's a 38% three-point shooter. So we got to make sure just because he hadn't been in the lineup much that we got to get out on him on the three-point line. And I think that's huge we got to do that with several of their guys. They got several great three-point shooters.
The only Sweet 16 bracket that has been set now is the one in Indianapolis. Kentucky is going to play Tennessee. What that ticket going to go for? About $3,000? Goodness gracious alive. Kentucky playing Tennessee of the SEC. On the other side, it's Houston against Purdue. What a great four that will be in Indianapolis. And, of course, Texas Tech will play Arkansas and San Francisco. Florida waiting on the Colorado State-Maryland winner. Auburn against Michigan has been set. Michigan looked really good against Texas A&M. They scored 91 on a Texas A&M team that just does not give up that kind of scoring, if you will. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next round. And right now the Rebels just trying to get their coach. And, I talked to one person, they say, Iowa State's a little bit better. I talked to the next person, Ole Miss has got this that's better. I'm kind of like you. We were talking before, of course, we're looking through red and blue glasses, but it looks like it's a toss-up. It really does.
It does to me. I mean, I got it a 50-50 game, maybe a last possession game, and we've had a lot of those lately, it seems, and especially down in the last 3 minutes, and have been doing pretty well in those games, so we hope it gets to that point.
We've been handed the starting lineup, so we can go ahead and do that, knock that out for you, too. We're about 23 minutes away from them announcing the starting lineups, and we're also going to try to get some words from the press conference with Coach Yo down in Waco, Texas, where they just knocked off Baylor a little bit ago to win and punch their ticket to the Sweet 16, 69-63. I don't know when they're getting back. They're at the mercy of the NCAA. We're going to be very late. You can greet our plane if you want, but I don't know. We're supposed to get out of here like at 11:45. It may be 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So if you want to go out to the airport, hang out till the women get there, take you a sandwich, hang out till the men get there, we win too, that's fine. But we're so happy for our Ole Miss women's basketball team. We'll take a break. Starting lineup around the corner on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Hun, did you pack my water for the trip to Olivia's game?
I wouldn't dare forget.
That's Olivia. Did you remember to send her money?
I wouldn't dare Wait, I forgot.
No problem. Just transfer it with your Cadence mobile app. You have your phone, right?
I wouldn't dare be right back. I forgot something.
Good teammates make life easier. That's why Cadence Bank is here to help you achieve victory. Find a location at cadencebank.com. Cadence Bank. Member FDIC. Data charges may apply.
Hey, Rebel fans. Got a house hotter than a Mississippi summer or pipes colder than your team's rival? It's time to call Air South Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Whether it's cooling you down, heating you up, fixing those leaky pipes, or keeping your lights on, Air South's got your back. We're the champions of home comfort, just like your Rebels on the field. Call Air South Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical today, where your home is our home field. Call Air South now at 662-304-8412. Air South, we care more.
Your home for Rebels basketball. This is the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
My mom, who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, know it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hello and welcome back to Fiserv Forum, home of the Milwaukee Bucks. Got Fear the Deer all over this place. They're on the road here as we've got the NCAA tournament action going on, the Milwaukee version. And we do want to remind you, too, you can catch all of the tournament and Ole Miss basketball on the Varsity app this year. You can also grab it on the network of radio affiliates that we've got in the state of Mississippi. But if you're out of market, you can listen to our Ole Miss Network broadcast on the Varsity Network app. You can also hear any of the NCAA games on the exclusive national coverage by Westwood One. They're right to my immediate left here for this game with multicast on the Varsity Network app. Download for free in your app store and catch all the action from anywhere. So we encourage you to do that. And, of course, our many affiliates across the state of Mississippi, we welcome them in, too. We're in countdown to tip-off. As we do welcome you back to that, we'll take a quick look at the lineups. We're about 20 minutes away from getting this one underway, maybe a tad bit longer than that. Iowa State Cyclones are 25-9. TJ Otzelberger, spelled Otzelberger, fourth year, 94 and 44. At one guard, a 6'5 redshirt senior from Lake City, Minnesota, a transfer from Northern Iowa. It'll be 0. Nate Heise. Heise spells his name Heise, 5 points, 3 rebounds per game. At center, a 6'11 redshirt senior from Oakland, California. He was at Washington State and most recently at Charlotte before coming to Iowa State. Deshaun Jackson, 9 points per game, second on the team with 5.1 rebounds per game. He leads them with 37 block shots. Also for Iowa State at 4, the 6'9 junior from Las Vegas, Nevada. Number 2, Joshua Jefferson, 13 points per game, 7.4 rebounds per game. He leads the team in rebounding. He's a transfer from St. Mary's and just really fills the stat sheet. He leads them with 72 steals, second on the team with 108 assists, second on the team with 26 block shots. Very broom-like numbers, if you will. Jefferson's brother played football at Arkansas. Cam Jefferson played against the Rebels in 2014, was an offensive lineman. So he will be one of the starters. Also at a guard, a 6'1 junior from Ames, Iowa, number 3. Taman Lipsey. Lipsey, 11 points, 3 rebounds per game. Second on the team with 66 steals. He has 105 assists, which is third on the team as well. And at guard, a 6'8 sophomore from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And Milwaukee's only 25 minutes from this arena, and that's going to be Milan Momcilovic. 12 points, 3 rebounds for him. He had a good game against Lipscomb. He missed 7 games in January with a hand injury, but he's good to go now, and that's the starting 5 for Iowa State. For the Ole Miss Rebels at 23-11, Chris Beard in his second year is 43-23 at Ole Miss. At a forward, the 6'9 junior from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It'll be 0 Malik Dia. And Dia averaging 10.5 points per game, 5.7 rebounds per game. The 5.7 rebounds leads Ole Miss. 30 block shots is second on the team for him. They've given us the official tip time now will be 7:20. Also at guard will be the 6'1 senior from Edmond, Oklahoma, number 3, Sean Padula. Padula averaging 15 points per game and leading the Rebels in scoring, 4 rebounds per game. He's got 62 steals, which leads the team, 123 assists, which leads the team as well. Also at guard, a 5'11 senior from Bronx, New York. That'll be number 5, Jalen Murray, 10.5 points per game, 2 rebounds per game, the transfer from St. Peter's. Got a big team that just won here a moment ago when he was at St. Peter's. 6'4 senior from Memphis, Tennessee, number 11, Matthew Morrell will start. 10.5 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. He's second on the team with 53 steals. And also starting at a forward, the 6'6 senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, who was at Louisville originally, went home and beat his former Louisville team this year, and then went to Seton Hall, now at Ole Miss, number 14, Dre Davis. He really got the Rebels off to a hot start in the win over North Carolina. 10.5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 32 block shots for Dre Davis. So that's the starting lineups for both teams. They'll be officially announced here in a moment. You know, our numbers, Coach, have gotten really tight when you look at the scoring. Dia, 10.5. Brakefield, 10.9. Murray, 10.5. Morrell, 10.5. Davis, 10.5. And, of course, Padula at 15 points a game.
As a coach, that's one thing you look for, balanced scoring and double-digit scoring. So we fit both of those categories.
So that's the starting lineup for both teams. We will have the tip of this one, they said, at 7:20 between Ole Miss and Iowa State. The officiating crew for this game, Keith Kimball, John Gaffney, K.D. Burdett, and Todd Austin is the standby. He only goes in case somebody gets hurt. We don't want anybody to get hurt. That standby position might be pretty good. Just kind of hang out.
It probably pays the same as not getting chewed out.
Yeah, don't have to take the wrath of the coaches unless they find you on court side, and then they will. Our Ole Miss cheerleaders are to our immediate right. The band is right behind them. We're all set to go for Ole Miss and Iowa State. We're about 14 minutes away from the starting lineup, about 19 minutes away from the tip. Ole Miss is leading Missouri, bottom of the 8th inning, 10-6 with 2 outs and runner first. McCausland's on the hill trying to help the Rebel cause as Ole Miss is trying to get a sweep in that series on the road. Coach Yo and the women's team knocked off Baylor 69-63 to punch their ticket to the Sweet 16. Dan has got some audio of her comments about that coming up, so we're going to break for that here. We'll take a station ID first, though. Let's pause 10 seconds on the Ole Miss Radio Network. $15 to 20 minutes away from the tip here. Let's check in with Dan after this, and he'll have some thoughts from Coach Yo about the big win over Baylor today.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
The experts at Oxford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine are the trusted orthopedic team physicians for your Ole Miss Rebels. Their specialists provide elite orthopedic care using state-of-the-art technology and personalized treatment plans to get you back on your feet faster. From mom's sprained ankle to your son's football injury, Oxford Ortho is here for your family. With offices located in Oxford, Batesville, Grenada, Hernando, Cleveland, Calhoun City, and Tupelo, their physicians are always close by when you need them. Oxford Ortho and Sports Medicine is the official orthopedic team physicians for you and your Ole Miss Rebel.
Dan Quartz with you in the network studios as your Ole Miss Rebels get ready to meet the Iowa State Cyclones in the second round of the NCAA tournament, as we're still in our pregame coverage, as our tip will be a little bit after quarter past the hour, 7:20 local time. Some games still in couple games in progress right now. In halftime in Seattle, Colorado State leading Maryland 37-30. The winner of that game would get the Florida Gators. And then in Cleveland, Alabama leading St. Mary's 72-63 with 4 minutes to go in the second half. The Crimson Tide, with a win, would go to Newark and get BYU in their Sweet 16 matchup. One game has gone final. It was the game preceding us in Milwaukee that saw the Kentucky Wildcats defeat Illinois 84-75. And then that is what is currently going on the men's side, with two games to come later today. At 7:40, New Mexico scheduled to take on Michigan State from Cleveland. And then at 8:40 from Seattle, Oregon scheduled to take on Arizona. On the women's, for those just joining us, we will go to the finals of the men's side as well. Florida defeated UConn earlier today in Raleigh 77-75, and then Duke, a winner over Baylor 89-66. In the women's NCAA tournament, as you probably, for those just joining us, the Ole Miss women defeated Baylor in Waco 69-63. The Rebels would get the winner of the UCLA-Richmond game that is scheduled for 9 o'clock from Pauley Pavilion in Los Angeles. That is that coming up. Then, right now, though, we were able to get pull up the presser from Waco, and we'll let you listen to a few minutes of Coach Yo's post-game comments at the press conference in Waco.
You know, it's satisfaction because I really enjoy coaching this team, and this team has had a goal that they want to go to the Final Four. And we don't get to stop tonight. And we will be one of the remaining 16 teams that will be competing. And you don't have a chance if you're out. So as far as I'm concerned, we will be one of the 16 teams that has a chance to win a national championship. So it's satisfaction in that regard. I'm at peace what happened in the past, because for me, that's all a part of being here, and that's what makes it special. So just really, it was really gratifying when the buzzer sounded and we had the victory.
All right, Evelyn?
Well, your team sounds so much like you. And so y'all were underdogs in this game.
Yeah.
And do you feel like their performance kind of reflects you and your mentality and how you approach things?
Well, not in the second quarter. I don't take any responsibility for that. You know, at halftime, they were so riled up. I know a lot of people think I went in there and just threw around chairs and stuff like that. But honestly, I just kept calm, and I just reminded them that versus NC State, we were down 21 and we got back in the game, and versus UConn, we were down 20-something and in one quarter got back in the game. Versus LSU, we were down 16 and won the game. And I just asked them, I said, so you're telling me 3 points is a margin we can't make up? One basket? And then, you know, because sometimes people just need... it needs to make sense, some type of rationale. And they were just going nuts in there. And I was like, I mean, I really want y'all to think about it. It's a one-possession game. They made their run. And now let's make our run. And then when we got in the fourth quarter and it was, in my opinion, 0-0 because it was a tie game, we felt confident.
One more thing. You had 25 bench points to Baylor's 12. So
Yeah.
Can you talk about how important your bench was?
Yeah, I'm always going to sub. I'm always going to start the group that I feel starts the best for us. And I started doing that like 6 games ago. So now everyone's like really comfortable with whatever I decide, even at halftime if I need to make a change. And our group just understands this. Like it takes all of us. You know, we're a super team. You know, so today Sierra was the leading scorer, but then the other game someone else was the leading scorer. Like, thank God Sierra came to play. Where's she been? so you know, but that is our team. You know, KK didn't score at all yesterday. All right, and then Tam says, "Okay, I'll do you one better. I won't score, so you score." So then KK gets 13 and 2. So we're a super team, and that's what makes us special because you can't just key in on one person. We were able to key in on a couple people on their team, and I didn't think they were able to do that, and I thought that was the difference.
All right, do we have any questions from the floor? Skylar.
Wondered your perspective on Madison. When she got that second foul, you had to get her out of the game, and she looked a little upset. It looked like you went and talked to her. What was that conversation, and how much of your mindset was just trying to keep her locked in?
Yeah, I just told her to relax. She was just starting to, the kids say it, crash out. So she was like just losing it. And I'm like, Maddie, first of all, we're up. And secondly, you're fine. Just relax. But she was passionate because she felt like she should have gotten a foul. And again, I'm glad you brought that up because I said at halftime, I said, guys, when do we get calls? When we're on the road. It's called home cooking for a reason. And I thought the officials did a great job during the game. It was a hard game. It was a physical game. I felt like it was going to be what it was. So I was just trying to get her to just calm down.
Oh, and we have one more for Evelyn.
Speaking of KK, I think from 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter,
she brought it home.
6 free throws. She was 6 of 6. So how huge was that? And being a leader on this team and taking any role that she needs.
Yeah, you know, don't tell KK this, but I love her to death. She is really, in a lot of ways, a mini me. All right, and that's why she drives me nuts most times. But she's fearless, she's a leader, she's competitive, and she's a winner. And when KK came to Ole Miss, I said, you scored 30 points, 25 points, 27 points, but you haven't won. And until you win, then none of that matters. And she has taken that to heart. This is a young lady that came back from 2 ACL injuries. Very prideful. I bring off the bench for a freshman. She had to adjust to that role. Then today I said, hey, you're not starting because I want to give a different look. And she is completely bought in. So really happy for her. She deserves this more, just as much as anybody else.
All right, let's take some questions from Zoom. We have Donna Sprayberry, and you are unmuted.
Hey, Donna.
Let's see. Are you there?
Thank you, Donna.
So, showing the stands again, the crowd was there, they were
Yeah.
supporting there, but they showed your husband and yours once. And he was just coaching away. And they showed Maddie's grandmother.
Yeah.
What all does that do for your team and
Yeah.
taking the next round, knowing that love and support is there?
Yeah.
All of us who really support you.
Well, Coach Amp is from Texas. I don't know if people know that. She's from Dallas. So she had 100 people show up. And then Christine's parents live in Waco. So I don't know that people know that. Star is from Texas. And so we had a really good showing. And one of the players from year one, she's from Texas. She was there, Crystal Allen. She came to the game. And my husband's from Texas. He's from Fort Worth, Texas. So it's a family affair. And, you know, I wouldn't want to go through this without, you know, my husband, 2 kids. My mom is here, my sister. We're a team. And so my husband, sometimes I have to talk him down. So he is all in. And just grateful for the fans showing up. And I double dare them to come to Spokane.
That is head coach Yolette McPhee-McEwen, Coach Yo of the Ole Miss women's basketball team, as the Lady Rebs were a winner today in Waco over the Baylor Bears, 69-63 to get to the Sweet 16. The Ole Miss Rebels on the ladies' side will get either UCLA or Richmond. That game tips at 9 o'clock from Pauley Pavilion in Los Angeles on the campus of UCLA. That is the women's side. The men, Ole Miss Rebels, taking on Iowa State in Milwaukee as we're in the middle of extended pregame coverage. The game, though, will be tipping off in less than 10 minutes, about close to 5, a little under 6 minutes will be tipping off. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to take a 2-minute network bonus break, and then we will go back to 5-Serve Forum in Milwaukee with the voice of the Rebs, David Kellum, and the coach, Mark Dukes. Ole Miss gets ready to take on Iowa State in the second round of the NCAA tournament. You're listening to Ole Miss basketball from Learfield.
Oh, you like this? It's the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence. Just like you, it's going to do great things, like summarize Dad's never-ending work emails, or create a custom memory movie with photos of you learning to walk. I can see your little mind is blown right now. Get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on C Spire's 5G network on us with a new line. C Spire, inspired by you. Apple Intelligence is available now. Requires iOS 18.1 or later. Offer requires purchase of 36-month device payment plan and eligible wireless service plan. See cspire.com for details.
The Walk of Champions, built brick by brick, earned season after season. When you pass through its arch, you become a part of Ole Miss history and emerge with the fighting spirit of a rebel. Ford knows that strong traditions start with leadership, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Grove. The Ole Miss Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big hottie-toddy, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Ole Miss pride? Order your card now at regions.com/Go Rebels. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Hey, Rebel fans. For more than 50 years, Mississippi Asthma and Allergies board-certified team of allergists has treated patients by identifying triggers and creating personalized treatment plans. Now, with 8 convenient locations across Mississippi, including Oxford, we're right next door when you need us. Treating infants to adults and Ole Miss students. Find our clinic nearest you at msaac.com. Mississippi Asthma and Allergy, helping Mississippi live life to the fullest and allergy-free.
Welcome back to the 5-Serve for them here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ole Miss and Iowa State. Rebels number 6 seed, Iowa State the number 3 seed, about to meet here, and the winner punches the ticket to Atlanta to the Sweet 16. You know, Coach, we look at these teams, we've kind of broken it down. It was great to hear from Coach Yo, by the way, and what a super win for them earlier today. When we out-rebound our opponent under the 2 years under Chris Beard, we are 19-1, but we're -4 in that category this year, and Iowa State is +4, so that's an 8-rebound difference. You hope that our guys can fight through that and have a really good night on the boards.
No doubt, DK, and you know, blocking out is just an urgency. It's got to be an urgency in this game. You know, when I look at the size of these guys, it's not just their height. Deshaun Jackson, who starts 6'11", 274, okay? Another starter, Joshua Jefferson, 6'9", 240, and the guy that comes in off the bench for either one of them is Brant Chatfield, 6'10", 260. So we got some defensive rush ends, defensive tackles to deal with.
Yeah, we need to get them jumping the portal. We might could use them. Goodness gracious. And we watched them the other night, and when the third one came in, it was like, my goodness, where are they getting these giants? But they're not super mobile. I think we're going to be a little bit more athletic than those three at least. But if they're able to play half court and get you down low. And then Coach Beard, as we talked about earlier in our pregame about an hour ago, he told the team at shoot-around earlier today, I want 8 turnovers or less. And that's accomplished. That can be accomplished by our Ole Miss team because we've been there all year. But he does not want it to be a high turnover game. And it could be difficult because this team likes to really push into turnovers. We're in the top of the 9th in Como. Ole Miss has extended the lead and leads Missouri 13-6, trying to sweep Mizzou with a runner 3rd and 1 down. So that's the latest. And we got so much stuff going on in sports right now. But now we'll focus on this outstanding basketball game. We're looking forward to these two. Padula got his 80th 3 of the season, and it was the game winner against North Carolina after we couldn't make one the entire second half. He made the last one we took, and it paid off. 7 20-plus games this year with a 20 against North Carolina, 20 or more. You know, Matt Morrell's the one that we really need to get going. I know I've said this before, but he's 1 of 12 from 3 in the last 3 games. He's been dealing with that knee injury. 3 of 22 over the last 6 games. And he's a career 35% 3-ball shooter. So maybe we'll get Morrell in the mix. We saw Murray kind of step up, hit some shots. Padula hit some shots. And, of course, Dre Davis did, too. What a great night in the previous game. So you hope the team will shoot well. Ole Miss is in the all-red with the white numbers trimmed in navy blue with a cursive white Ole Miss across the chest. Iowa State wears their white with their brick red, I like to call it, trimmed in yellow. And Dia will jump for Ole Miss. Iowa State has Iowa State across the chest in block letters. And jumping for the Cyclones will be Deshaun Jackson. Let's play some basketball. We've been waiting on this one.
Yes, sir. Ready to do it.
Here we go. Winner goes to the Sweet 16. Well, he threw it up too high, and the ball was controlled by Iowa State, so they've got it first, and we are underway here in Milwaukee. In the left wing, Lipsy. Lipsy feeds it down low to Jefferson. Jefferson works into a double team, gets into the lane to Heisey, puts up one over the front rim and scores. Heisey with the bucket, and Iowa State takes a 2-0 lead. In the front court, Murray gives it to Davis in the right wing. Now to Padula. Padula puts it on the deck with a dribble. He's being guarded there in the man-to-man by Heisey, who just scored the basket. Padula gets around him, drives him down the lane for a layup, and got it. Boy, he just blew right by him. We're tied at 2.
Yeah, great move by Sean, and a good finish with a hand in his face.
Murray putting some heat on Heisey in the left wing. Makes the pass. It's deflected by Dia. Murray picks it up back to Dia. Dia driving. He stumbles and falls and loses the ball out of bounds. Wow. I'm not so sure he didn't want to get it over to Morrell on the left side, but he just lost his footing like he tripped over a brick.
That was a tough break right there. That was going to be an easy basket for either he or Matthew Morrell there.
Iowa State will inbound it. Lipsy, he'll work it up. Murray stays in the backcourt. As he gets it across the center line now, they set a double team out front. Lipsy loses it into the backcourt and out of bounds. Turnover. That quick double team that the Rebels applied at the center line paid off.
Yep. I think that's something new, put in the game plan for just this game, obviously.
Lipsy just lost control of it and went out of bounds. Across the line, it was going to be backcourt if it was not out of bounds. Rebels with the balls, tied at 2-2. Murray out front, 10 to shoot. Murray feeds right corner, Padula open for three, fires in and out, no good. Oh, boy, I thought that was down. Rebound pulled away by Momcilovic. He brings it to the front court, feeds it right wing to Jefferson. Jefferson, a Euro step, layup, no, missed it, gets his own rebound, throws it back up, he misses again. Gets his rebound again, reverse layup is good. That's what we've been talking about. We cannot let them win on the glass that much. You know, Jefferson does it all. 428 points, 243 rebounds, 100 assists, 69 steals. He has really filled their stat sheet in his career there. 4-2, Iowa State. Padula for three, got it from the left wing. 5 points for Padula. Ole Miss has its first lead of the game, up 5-4.
Obvious that Iowa State's plan is to attack the paint with their size differential, and they've done that successfully.
Jefferson, cross-court pass to the far corner to Heise. He drives, feeds it to the right side. And driving in is Momcilovic. He loses the ball, but it's knocked out of his hands, I believe, by Davis. In for Ole Miss will come Jamin Brakefield, the 6'8 senior from Jackson, Mississippi. He's second on the team with 10.9 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. We call him the best sixth man in the SEC. He's got 22 double-digit scoring games off the bench, including 12 in the opening NCAA game against North Carolina. Ball into Jefferson. Back to Momcilovic. He drives, misses a shot, loose, grabbed there by Jackson. No, gets his own rebound and trying to fight through, loses control of it. We finally got a foul on Brakefield. Rebels have got to block out, make sure that we're not missing out on some opportunities under the glass.
Yeah, their bigs are clashing right now, and I haven't had a body on them yet. Got to get a body on these guys.
Ole Miss leading 5-4. Kelderman will check in for Iowa State. Cade Kelderman's a sophomore from Waukee, Iowa. He only averages a point and a rebound per game, but you know they're missing Gilbert, so they're changing that. They throw it all the way down to the far baseline on the inbounds. That was kind of unnecessary, right? I guess that's all they could do. Now as they get back across the center line, they've only got 12 to shoot. In the left wing, Kelderman. Kelderman, top of the key to Jefferson. Now he gives it up here on the near side to Curtis Jones, who just checked in. Jones drives, layup, basket. Curtis Jones is their leading scorer, and he was the best sixth man in their conference. 17.1 points per game, but he likes to come in off the bench. He's from Minneapolis, Minnesota, transfer from Buffalo. Also averages 4 points per game. Iowa State goes up by 1, 6-5.
He split that double team we had and like a pro and really made a hard shot.
Foul is on Kelderman as he holds Padula as he goes by, and Kelderman gets his first foul. First one on Iowa State. Murray's going to get back in the game. He gets in for Morrell. All 5 points for Ole Miss belong to Sean Padula. Ball is inbounded to Padula, as in for the first time for Ole Miss is David Barnes. 6'4 senior from Memphis, 5 points, 3 rebounds per game. Brakefield has it right wing. Hands it to Murray. He tries to curve, but he loses the dribble. He was going to go down the lane, but he lost the dribble, had to go back and get it. 4 seconds to shoot, and Brakefield was trying to flip it to Padula in the corner, but with the shot clock going down, Padula broke back up to the wing, and he threw it where he was, not where he was going, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover on Ole Miss.
Yeah, not real good spacing there by the Rebels on offense there. I wish Brakefield had taken the open three when he got it.
Barnes averaging 5 points, 3 rebounds for Ole Miss in the game. He's guarding Chatfield, who just checked in. Long three, left wing, good for Curtis Jones. He's got 5 points off the bench. And the Cyclones with their biggest lead up 4, 9-5. Rebels in the front court. And now in the corner it goes, and Davis loses control of it, and it's taken away by Jefferson on the drive down the near sidelines. Davis fouls him. And that will be his first and the second one on Ole Miss. Coach Beard not happy as he brings the team over. Brent Chatfield, who just checked in, averages 4 points, 3 rebounds for Iowa State. He's from Orofino, Idaho, transfer from Washington State that went to Seattle and now is at Iowa State. And he's 6'10", a redshirt senior. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a break as well with 15:55 to go into first half here in the NCAA tournament. Iowa State 9, Ole Miss 5 on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Oh, you like this? It's the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence. Just like you, it's going to do great things, like summarize Dad's never-ending work emails or create a custom memory movie with photos of you learning to walk. I can see your little mind is blown right now. Get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on C Spire's 5G network on us with a new line. C Spire, inspired by you. Apple Intelligence is available now. Requires iOS 18.1 or later. Offer requires purchase of 36-month device payment plan and eligible wireless service plan. See cspire.com for details.
It just means more at Swayze Field. Ole Miss baseball is now in conference play, hosting Florida, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, and Auburn. Don't miss out on the action this spring, as single-game tickets are available now. Get yours at OleMissTix.com.
Hey, Rebel fans. For more than 50 years, Mississippi Asthma and Allergies board-certified team of allergists has treated patients by identifying triggers and creating personalized treatment plans. Now, with 8 convenient locations across Mississippi, including Oxford, we're right next door when you need us. Treating infants to adults and Ole Miss students. Find our clinic nearest you at msaac.com. Mississippi Asthma and Allergy, helping Mississippi live life to the fullest and allergy-free.
There's no place like home, especially when it's the new Ole Miss softball stadium. Be a part of history and join us this season. Single game tickets are available now as Ole Miss softball hosts Florida, Missouri, and Tennessee. Get your tickets now at OleMissTix.com.
Iowa State leading Ole Miss 9-5 with 15:55 to go in the first half. This broadcast of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship is authorized under broadcast rights granted by the NCAA through Westwood One. It's intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Well, what do you think so far, Coach Dukes?
Well, I'm looking at 4 offensive rebounds already for Iowa State, which is a big factor for the Rebels here. And also 2 turnovers in the first 4 minutes for Ole Miss, which is kind of unusual. And got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. They're a much better defensive team than I saw. They're playing really, really hard defensively, and it's going to be hard to find good shots.
Iowa State will inbound in front of the Ole Miss bench. It comes into Jefferson. Jefferson turns and tries to drive down the left side of the lane. He's cut off by Barnes. Keeps his dribble, though. Now gets in the paint. Turns, fronts. Little 6-footer in and out. No good. And the foul will be on Barnes, and that will be David Barnes' first foul and the third one on Ole Miss. If they can isolate that size guy against the Barnes, against the Davis, in the half court, without some help double down, might be a long night. Hopefully we can keep him from getting that close a shot. Jefferson to the free throw line. First one is good. He's got 3 points now in the game. Iowa State shoots 75.6% from the line. Ole Miss 73.5%. Jefferson is a 77% shooter. His second one is in and out, rattled out, no good. Davis gets a rebound for Ole Miss. 5-point lead, though, for Iowa State, their biggest. There's a shot from the corner by Murray, missed the 3, and then out of bounds off Iowa State. It belonged to Ole Miss at the baseline. Oh, no, they're saying it's off of Dre Davis. Don't know about that one. I really thought Jefferson knocked it out, but they say no. It's on the other end from us. So we're guessing, to say the least.
I just know that it's pretty obvious that what they're going to do offensively is attack with their bigs in a one-on-one situation.
Ole Miss in the front court, or rather Iowa State in the front court. Rebels still in the man-to-man. Jefferson is double-teamed here. Feeds in the corner, up in the wing. 3 ball on the way in, good for Heisey. That's 5 points for him as he popped that one in. And all of a sudden, Iowa State's extended it to an 8-point lead, 13-5. Rebels on the offensive end, got to get something going. Dia, top of the circle. Feeds it back out front to Barnes. 9 to shoot. Padula's got it right wing. He's got Jefferson on him. 5 to shoot. Now Dia left side. Dia with 3 seconds. Step backs, fires a long 3. Good for Dia at the buzzer. Boy, he's done that before. You hear the crowd? Ooh. He had a 9-game 3 streak snap against North Carolina. Didn't hit one against them, but he had hit at least one in 9 straight games. Got that one to go. Boy, that was a needed one, too. 13-8. Iowa State. Jackson drives baseline, puts up a layup, and scores.
Just took Dia. It wasn't a mismatch there. Dia just let him out physical him there for that basket, no doubt.
Iowa State up 15-8 by 7. Dia right wing. Picks up his dribble. Almost fell down. Now gets it to Padula deeper in the right wing.
Boy, they're pushing us out to 28 feet, DK, with their defense right now.
Padula penetrates baseline, short corner, 15-footer, rolls across the rim's no good. Tipped around and rebounded by Iowa State's Curtis Jones. Jones brings it up himself, steps back for a long 3, way wide left off the iron. I don't know if Coach Otzelberger wanted that shot. Rebels with the rebound. Padula's wide open for a 3 left wing. Good. They didn't get him, and that was a free throw from the arc. 8 points for him. He's got a couple of threes. 15-11. The Rebels have cut it to 4.
Yeah, that's unusual to find Sean that wide open against a good defense.
Lipsy, who's back in the game, has the top of the key, loops it down right down the middle of the lane. Turning layup, blocked as the shot was taken by Jackson. I believe it was Dia that blocked it. Up the floor to Padula. Padula hits Murray trailing in the right wing. 15-11, Iowa State leads with 13-16 to play here in the first half. Murray, right wing, pulls up 15-footer. Good for Jalen Murray. His first basket. Murray, second in the SEC in assist-to-turnover ratio coming into this tournament at 2.7, but he got us a big bucket there. All of a sudden, it's a 2-point game, 15-13. Rebels have cut into it. Baseline Jackson. Got a whistle, foul going to be called on Ole Miss, I believe.
And Jalen Murray, I believe.
And Padula ran out of his shoe. Was over here at the center line. He was playing with just one shoe.
Once again, they go to the post with it there, and we're getting ready to make a strong move to the basket before Juju made the foul away from the ball.
We got several changes for both teams. Ball be inbounded baseline by Curtis Jones. Iowa State leading 15-13. He loops it all the way back into the backcourt. They've done that a couple of times to Kelderman. Iowa State's got Heisey, Jones, Kelderman, Chatfield, and Momcilovic in the game. Rebels with Brakefield, Davis, Klafke for the first time, Padula, and Morrell. Step back is off the back iron, no good for Momcilovic. Rebound, though, by Iowa State, and going right back up to Chatfield. We got 4 guys there, and the only Iowa State guy, the big guy inside Chatfield, gets a rebound and also draws the foul. That'll be on number 8, Klafke. Eduardo Klafke just checked in, the 6'5 freshman from Brazil. Averages 2 points, 2 rebounds per game.
They could have called that on any one of our 4 guys that were in there, DK. They were swatting at Chatfield and not doing much harm.
Key is not to let that one guy get the rebound. They're going to inbound it to Chatfield. Now to Jones in the wing. Shoots an air ball 3. Tipped around, and Dia ends up with it at the free throw line off the deck. Flips it up the floor to Brakefield, and Ole Miss in the front court. 15-13, Iowa State. Brakefield between the circles out front. Heisey on him. Heisey bumped him once and then bumped him a second time and said, no, we're not going to let that go again. And Heisey gets his first foul. 2 on Iowa State.
Yeah, that would be a big call if they make that call in this game as physical as Iowa State is playing right now. If they'll stop that bumping and holding on Iowa State's defensive end against our offense, it'll be a big advantage for the Rebels.
Padula's going to get a breather as Murray comes back in the game with 12-11 to go here in the first half. So Juju will work the point. Man-to-man still for Iowa State. Juju gives it to Brakefield with 12 to shoot. He's got a screen from Dia, but still dribbling out front. He's one-on-one with Heisey. Right side Dia fakes the 3 with 5 to shoot. Double team knocks it off Chatfield out of bounds. But that leaves the Rebels only 2.8 to shoot when we come back. 11:53 to go here in half number 1. Iowa State 15, Ole Miss 13 on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Morrell, bounce pass to Davis, goes up for the dunk.
Back to Milwaukee after this timeout. This is the 2025 NCAA Tournament on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
August was born 3 pounds, 9.8 ounces. When I first saw him, it was a whole range of emotions. There's stuff I still want to do. Being a young dad, it's not giving up. It's shifting. I looked through his eyes. I can envision the whole future with him already. To throw the first football to him, give him ice cream for the first time. My life is now devoted to his life.
Through all of fatherhood's firsts, never stop being a dad. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Trails Iowa State 15-13 with 11:53 to go in the first half here in Milwaukee in the NCAA tournament. Gentile is the official apparel provider of the Ole Miss Network. Check out their new collection of Ole Miss apparel available now at gentileapparel.com or at Landry's on the Square. The next time you're in Oxford, Gentile Apparel is a proud partner of Ole Miss Athletics. Well, Coach Dukes and I were looking at the stat sheet at this point. We've been out-rebounded, Mark, 9-4. And they've got 6 offensive boards, 2 by Jefferson, 2 by Jackson, 2 by Chatfield. That's those big guys, huh?
Yes, it is, the 3 bigs. And they've shot 15 shots because of that, and the Rebels have only shot 8. Now, the Rebels are shooting good. They're 5 of 8, but they've gotten 15 shots to our 8, and that usually doesn't work out too well.
Coach Beard has met with the team, and will send out 5 here. Padula returning to the game. You got Padula, Morrell, Murray, Brakefield, and Dia.
I like this lineup. 2 bigger guys. We got Dia and Brake in the game at the same time. I think might help us on the boards.
Inbounded baseline by Padula on the Ole Miss offensive end. He gets it to Dia, the right wing. Tries to drive now, pulls up, shoots with 18 because they only had 2 seconds. He missed it. Off the back iron, rebounded by Iowa State. And the Cyclones will bring it to the front court. Didn't have much time there. Got a pretty good look, but it didn't go. Now in the front court, Lipsy. Lipsy dribbles to the right wing. Out front to Momcilovic. Left-hand side to Jefferson. Jefferson, cross-court to Heise here in the right wing in front of us. Dribbles between his legs with 5 to shoot. Gives it up to Jefferson. 4 to shoot. Far side it goes to Lipsy. Lipsy drives, puts up 1 at the buzzer. Missed the layup, but Chatfield gets the rebound. And then grabbed there by Morrell. He'll tie him up. Possession error, Ole Miss.
Wow.
We just are not having any success stopping them from getting a second opportunity on the offensive end.
Yeah, Chatfield's another one of the bigs that comes off the bench, and he just standing in the lane dominating, actually.
He's not taller than Dia, but he's very physical.
Yes, he is.
15-13, Iowa State leads by 2. They've got the ball again, or rather Ole Miss has the ball with 11:02 to go. As we got the possession errors, Morrell did a good job of tying that one up. Still a man-to-man for Iowa State. Juju in the left wing, dribbles to the top of the key, 10 to shoot, now to Padula. Padula works and feeds to Diaz. Got a long 3. In and out and back in. Kissed off the glass, and Diaz got 2 threes in this one. And the Rebels have regained the lead, 16-15.
That was deep, DK, right in front of their coach.
Way back there for Diaz. That set shot never leaves the deck. Jefferson in the paint, puts up a short one over the front rim and scores. Jefferson with 5 points. They're just attacking the rim in the half-court offense. Padula for 3 left wing. No, off the back iron. He's on the deck. The official didn't even look at it. Said no foul. Goes out of bounds off of Iowa State. Cyclones leading 17-16 with 10:18 to go in the first half.
Yeah, in the paint. Iowa State is dominating that part of the game.
Davis will come into the game for Murray. Barnes is coming into the game for Ole Miss as well. And he's going to come in for Matt Morrell. And you look at the score and you say, hey, that's okay considering that we've lost some numbers, but we thought we were going to need to win. 17-16, Iowa State leads by 1. Ole Miss has the ball. 20 to shoot. Padula will inbound it. Padula scanning the floor, gets it into Barnes here. He drives in for a little lay-in over the right side, or front side. He just kind of a little baby hook for David Barnes, his first 2 of the game, and Ole Miss regains the lead at 18-17. Good call, a little wrap around across the lane. Padula hit him as he flashed in the paint, threw up a little baby hook. Jefferson, top of the key, guarded by Davis, trying to drive him down the lane. Now double team. They kick it back out. 3-ball on the way. Bad shot off the back iron by Momcilovic. Rebounded by Ole Miss. He hit some of those against Lipscomb.
Yes, he did. Several of them.
18-17. Ole Miss with a 1-point lead. 9:42 to go. Padula bounce pass to Dia. Pulls up for an 18-foot shot. No, short. Long rebound. Davis chases it down for Ole Miss in the corner. Back to Dia. He drives into a triple team. Puts up a layup and got it. Malik Diaz playing some hoops. 8 for him here in the first half. Rebels with a 3-point lead. That's their biggest of the first half, 20-17. Get me a stop here, Coach.
Yep, Chatfield again.
Down low to Chatfield. He draws a double team. He can't find an opening, so feeds it off in the corner. 3-ball on the way. Malific, no. Rebound. Ole Miss. That's Brakefield with a basketball. Brakefield dribbles it all the way down. Lost his dribble. Now grabs it and goes in. I'm surprised that wasn't a travel, but the officials saying no, he was bobbling the ball. Missed the shot. He was totally out of control. That looked like Brakefield is a sophomore. But nonetheless, he just kind of lost control of it. The fortunate thing for him, he got fouled. And Brake will go to the free throw line because he did throw it up. So he'll have 2 shots here as well. They put the foul on Chatfield. That will be his first. 3 on Iowa State. Ole Miss has 4. Brakefield has not scored in this game. He's a 72% free throw shooter and drills the first one.
Well, the last 2 trips, the Rebels taking it to the hole. Dia and then, Barnes and now Brake. And we got to get some fouls on these guys. We got to get some fouls on their bigs. That they're playing right now free and physical. We got to get the ball to the rim.
Second free throw coming up for Brakefield. And he got it. Nice shot. He makes both, and Ole Miss up by 5. That's the biggest lead of the first half of the Rebels. 9 minutes to go. 22-17 Ole Miss. Iowa State's led by as much as 8. We've got a 13-point swing going on right here. Ole Miss on a 6-0 run, 14-2 run over the last 4:45. Whistle away from the ball. We got a holding foul on Barnes.
Wow.
Barnes didn't like it. But they're explaining to him what happened. That's his second and the 5th on Ole Miss.
The holding is happening on both ends of the floor. They are doing just as much holding as we are. Seems that we've been the one getting caught lately. Maybe that'll change.
Murray will check in for Barnes. Barnes will have to go to the bench with the 2 fouls. Ball inbounded by Curtis Jones. And then as they got it back to him, that was the plan because Jefferson was going to give it right back to him, Mark. And Jones was waiting on it, but they lost it out of bounds right in front of us.
It hit off his hand and then hit his foot. I don't know exactly. He just mishandled the ball totally.
He wasn't not expecting that pass. He just mishandled it. Ole Miss with the ball, leading 22-17. Murray with 19 to shoot to Brakefield. Padula's set up in the far right corner. Lipsey's guarding him. Brakefield for 3, right wing. Good! Jamin Brakefield with a dart.
I'm glad he finally took one, DK. I mean, I've been begging.
We got a 16-point swing now as the Rebels are up 8. 25-17. Ole Miss on a 17-2 run. Jefferson to answer for 3. In and out, no good. Morrell lost it, but in the corner, chasing it down is Murray. The Rebels get it back. Juju to the front court. Drives right side. Loses the ball out of bounds. He got bumped pretty hard by Jones. They didn't call a foul. Then it sailed out of bounds.
Yeah.
Well, this team is older and mature, and I bet we've said it 1,000 times this year. They just don't panic, Coach, so they've gotten back in shape in this game.
No doubt about that. Rebounding better. I like the Dia Brakefield together, and they're not together right at this moment. I like that. And, taking it to the rim, too, the last couple of times. And I think Juju, if he hadn't dribbled that out, hadn't lost it, he was going to have a pretty decent look.
7:57 to go in the first half, 25-17 Ole Miss. We'll be back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
The Walk of Champions, built brick by brick, earned season after season. When you pass through its arch, you become a part of Ole Miss history and emerge with the fighting spirit of a rebel. Ford knows that strong traditions start with leadership, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer. Based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
The experts at Oxford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine are the trusted orthopedic team physicians for your Ole Miss Rebels. Their specialists provide elite orthopedic care using state-of-the-art technology and personalized treatment plans to get you back on your feet faster. From mom's sprained ankle to your son's football injury, Oxford Ortho is here for your family. With offices located in Oxford, Batesville, Grenada, Hernando, Cleveland, Calhoun City, and Tupelo, their physicians are always close by when you need them. Oxford Ortho and Sports Medicine is the official orthopedic team physicians for you and your Ole Miss Rebel.
The Grove Collective is here to support, elevate, and protect the well-being of all our student athletes through a wide range of NIL opportunities and initiatives. The Collective is designed to deliver a best-in-class NIL experience, worthy of the student athletes who give their all for Ole Miss. Visit thegrovecollective.com and learn more about the premium access and experiences the platform provides for our members, corporate partners, and our athletes. To support all Ole Miss athletes and their NIL platforms, please visit thegrovecollective.com and become a member.
Dan Quartz with you in the network studios as Ole Miss leads Iowa State 25-17 with 7:57 to go in the first half. Scores to update you. Almost start on the baseball diamond. It has gone final in Como, where Ole Miss defeated Missouri 14-6 this afternoon into evening in Como. To the NCAA tournament, one other game in progress alongside ours right now. They're at the under 8 timeout, or a media timeout in the second half. 6:43 to go in Seattle. Colorado State leads Maryland 62-58. Winner of that game will get the Florida Gators. One game coming up, tipping off in a matter of minutes, New Mexico and Michigan State. Ole Miss and Iowa State's winner would get the winner of that game. And then one game has gone final since our pregame coverage. Alabama and Cleveland held on to defeat St. Mary's 80-66. Bama will get BYU in Newark. We'll now go back to Milwaukee. Here's the voice of the Rebs, David Kellum, and the coach, Mark Dukes. Ole Miss up 8.
Iowa's made only one of their last 10 baskets on a 2.5-minute scoring drought. Ole Miss on a 17-2 run over 5 minutes and 48 seconds. The Rebs are up 8, 25-17 with 7:57 to play. Ole Miss shooting 60%, 9 of 15, 5 of 8 from 3, 63%, while Iowa State is 7 of 20, 35%, 2 of 7 from 3, 28%. Rebels have evened up the rebounding a little bit, 11-9 Iowa State. Down low, Jefferson spins, puts up a little 10-footer. No, rebounded by Brakefield. Mark, that shot's a little bit further out, isn't it, over the last several times the Bigs have gotten the ball. Brakefield tries to drive, and he gets hammered there by Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, you spoke of that being a little further out. It was Matt Morrell on defense, being really physical and not letting the guy bury him and making him turn to his weak hand to take the shot. Just a good job by Matt.
Jackson with the foul, his first, team fourth. And Purdue will inbound it with 23 on the shot clock. Looking. He fires it into Morrell, right wing. Morrell being guarded again by Jackson. As he tried to drive, lost the ball, but it goes out to Morrell, left wing. He penetrates, pulls up a little 6-footer, centers and goes, and he got fouled. Hit the front rim, had another little bounce on the iron, and rolled in. And he'll go to the free throw line. That's the first 2 points for Matt Morrell in this one.
Yeah, again, taking the ball to the rim, getting fouls on these guys, and that's huge. That they're taking out Deshaun Jackson right now, but Chatfield's in for him. But
Yeah, that foul was on him, Mark. That's two quick ones on Jackson.
That's what we got to do. I mean, get some of those bigs in foul trouble.
5 now on Iowa State. An and one opportunity for Morrell. He's a 79.7% free throw shooter. That would be 80% if you round it up, and he makes that one. 3 points there for Morrell, and the Rebels are up 28-17, leading by 11. And that's the biggest advantage for Ole Miss, and the run continues right now. 20-2 run for Ole Miss. Curtis Jones, top of the key. Slides a pass down low to Jefferson. Lost it. Diving for it. Brakefield can't get it. Jones saves it. They get a right corner three. No! Too hard there for Momcilovic. Rebounded by Ole Miss's Morrell to Brakefield. In the paint. Bank shot. No. Missed a little 10-footer. Rebounded by Iowa State. There was some collision in there, but no foul call.
Sure was.
Chatfield's the one that's checked in for them. There's a 3-ball that's good by Curtis Jones from the left wing. His second 3. And, boy, Iowa State needed that one badly.
Yeah,
Rebels are on a 20-2 run before that.
As we saw yesterday, he's going to make shots.
28-20 now. Ole Miss by 8. Brakefield. Davis back in the game. Wanted to get it to him, couldn't. Now to Murray. Murray drives, feeds inside. It's tipped right back to him on a bad pass. He's got it baseline, in trouble. Out to Davis for a 3-ball, and that one is too hard. And underneath, it's grabbed there by Curtis Jones. Iowa State in the front court. Pass goes down low to Momcilovic. He's double-teamed by Brakefield. Murray gets it back out left wing. Cross-court pass the right wing to Jefferson. He shoots a 3. No. Morrell tips it around, and Padula gets a loose ball. Padula comes down. He's double-teamed. Loses momentarily. Flips it to Davis, who drives for the lay-in. No, it's off the front iron, but he'll go to the free throw line. Boy, Padula was in a heap of trouble there, Mark, but boy, came out smelling like a rose, didn't he?
Just kind of lost control of it. Had a lot of traffic around him, and probably should have back dribbled and taken it back away from that crowd, but it worked out fine.
Davis will get 2 shots here. That was the 6th foul on Iowa State, the first one on Jefferson, and Dre gets his first point of the game, and this made free throw for him his 300th. He passed the 600 career rebound mark against North Carolina in the first game. Of course, he was at Louisville, Seton Hall, now at Ole Miss. Dre Davis. Klafke will check in for Murray for Ole Miss. Davis will get a second free throw. Rebels up 9, 29-20. 5:50 to go in the first half. Second free throw for Dre. On its way, good. I like his shoes. Man, he's wearing powder blue shoes with red Nike stripes on them. Those look good.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't wear those against North Carolina with that. That's absolutely North Carolina colors.
That's Rebel powder blue.
Oh, yeah, it could be. You're right.
Ole Miss up 10, 30-20. Momcilovic turns and lays it in over Klafke. That was too easy.
Yeah,
that's his first 2 of the game, though.
Good patience set by him there with the ball around the basket.
He scores 12 a game. 30-22, 8-point lead. Dia, Morrell, Davis, Klafke, and Padula are on the floor for Ole Miss. Pass to Padula out front. Backdoor Dia catches it for a 2-handed flush. What a perfect pass from Sean Padula.
The back screen by Dre Davis, and they didn't switch it or change it, and Dia came clean open.
Rebels by 10, 32-22. Top of the key, Jones drives the left side of the lane, throws up a floater, dips in and out, no good. Off the hand of Dia, grabbed there by Chatfield, and he lays it over the front rim. Tough break there. We really had 2 guys kind of fighting each other for that one.
Sure did.
32-24, 8-point lead again for the Rebels. Padula penetrates, throws up a little 6-footer. Oh, it popped out of there, no good. I say 6, about 8, but it will be a foul on Iowa State's Chatfield. That's his second. Okay, so here's the bigs. Chatfield's got 2. Jefferson's got 1. Jackson's got 2.
Yep, all because of penetration, getting the ball to the basket, making them defend. They're not quick. That's one thing about them. They're not quick-footed guys in the post. You just take it right to them.
Sean Padula, an 82% free throw shooter at the line with 2 here. First one, good. Sean Padula, 9 points in the game, and go to double digits if he makes this one. Chatfield, Kellerman will check out. They get Lipsy back in the game and Jefferson back in the game. David Barnes is going to get in for Davis, and Brakefield is in for Morrell. So they'll both get a breather here. Padula to the free throw line for his second opportunity, looking for his 10th point of the game. Matt Morrell in the game, the fifth-year Rebel, playing in his first NCAA tournament of his career.
So happy for him to get to do that.
No doubt. Second one's good. You know, Chris talked about that at the very beginning of the year. He comes in here, he inherits him, he's known about his reputation from afar. But to come in here and just really embrace him and say, hey, we want to get to the NCAA tournament for Matt. Didn't happen last year, did happen this year. Lipsy on the drive, feeds it back out on the wing, and there's a three ball on the way. Short, no good for Momcilovic. Rebounded by Ole Miss. He's just not shooting like he did the other day against Lipsy.
No, that was a wide open look. Right? That was a horse shot, and he missed that short. And I'm really surprised.
4:10 to go in the first half. Ole Miss 34. Iowa State 24. Padula out front with 12 to shoot. Drives down the lane. Gets in there for a layup. No. Tipped up in the air. Dia controls it. Dia goes up. Banks it in. Dia has had a fantastic first half. 12 points now for Malik.
Good job battling on the boards right there by Malik. Sure glad to see him doing that.
Rebounding 14 for Iowa State. Ole Miss has passed the Cyclones with 15. Jones in the right wing, guarded by Padula. Padula overplays him right. Now he drives to the baseline, puts up a bank shot, missed it. Dia gets the rebound and hands it to Padula. Chris Beard jumps up and throws his hands out. He wants Sean to slow it down a little bit. 3:28 to go in a half. Ole Miss 36, Iowa State 24. Rebels with their biggest lead, up 12.
Keep attacking the rim.
David Barnes drives to the right wing and hands it to Brakefield. 8 to shoot. Brakefield's got Lipsy on him. He's got a height advantage on him. 5 to shoot. 4 to shoot. Now a switch, and he's got Heisey. Puts up a shot with 1 off the back iron. Tipped around and saved by Heisey at the baseline. So Iowa State will work it up. Lipsy driving, feeds right corner. We got a whistle. Foul's going to be called on Klafke. That might have been a charge, but Klafke was inside the arc, wasn't he, Mark?
Yeah, and it was a good foul, actually, because you pronounce his name,
Momcilovic.
Momcilovic was wide open.
Let's call him Chi the rest of the way.
What, Chi? I'll agree. That's so much easier. Anyway, he knocked the 3 down, so it was a good foul.
Yep.
Because it's on the floor, and but they are in the 1-on-1.
He's probably sitting there thinking, I finally made one. It's not going to count. 2:58 to go in the first half. We got a timeout. 36-24 Ole Miss on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Grove. The Ole Miss Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big hottie toddy, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Ole Miss pride? Order your card now at regions.com/Go Rebels. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
You're listening to Ole Miss basketball on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Well, we're back here at the Fiserv Forum where the Milwaukee Bucks play professional basketball. We've had a good game between Ole Miss and Iowa State. Rebels were down by as much as 8 at the 15-20 mark. Have built up as much as a 12-point lead they have right now. That first came at the 3:32 mark. Mark, what stands out to you on the old stat sheet over there?
Well, I like the fact that we evened up that second chance point category. We've gotten 4 offensive rebounds since the last TV timeout, so I like that, and I like the fact that we are getting points in the paint and free throws. We've shot 7 free throws there, 2 because we're taking the ball to the rack.
Lipsy will be at the free throw line here, though, for Iowa State with a 1-and-1. And that was the 7th foul on Ole Miss. That foul was on Klafke, which was his 2nd. Lipsy has not scored in the game, but he rattles in this front end of the 1-and-1. He'll get a second opportunity here. Lipsy has 325 career steals. And you know, that's somebody to get you back in the game in a hurry.
Yes. That's why Coach Beard emphasized so much taking care of the ball against him.
76% free throw shooter, but he missed the second one. Padula trying to get it up the floor to Morrell. It's knocked out of bounds by Jones.
That wasn't a good choice. Luckily, that was not intercepted.
Morrell gets it into Padula. Jones picks him up in the man-to-man. Now to Dia, lost the ball, but he chases it down up at the center line in the corner over there. He's being guarded by Jefferson, who's got 1 foul. Now to Morrell off a screen. Jefferson picks up Morrell. He picks up his dribble, though. Now to Dia with 7 on the shot clock. 6, 5. He drives, step back, 19-footer. Good. Goodness gracious.
Do it, Malik. Do it, baby.
You know, Chris Beard has consistently and also here said that Dia's got a chance to play at the next level. He's got a lot of work to do, things to do, but that was a pro shot right there. On the drive, a double team with Davis and Morrell, and they fouled Jefferson, or one of them does. Let's see who they put it on. They're going to put it on Davis, and that will be his 2nd, team 8. Trey Davis has not gotten a basket. He's made a couple of free throws, kind of shaking his head.
Yeah, he'll come out now. There's only 2:16 left in the half. It's not like yesterday when he came out with 11 minutes and had to sit for 11 minutes in the first half against North Carolina after scoring, 9 or 10 points in 9 minutes he was in the game.
Yeah, he jump-started that game for us offensively.
That made 3 threes, I think.
Brakefield checks in for Davis. 1-and-1 for Joshua Jefferson. Front end on the way. Nope, way too hard. Rebounded by Dia. He hands it to Padula. Ole Miss with basketball, leading 38-25 by 13. That's the biggest advantage for Ole Miss in the contest. Murray in the right wing. Got Murray, Padula, Brakefield, Dia, and Morrell. Morrell hanging out over here in the left corner. Now Brakefield top of the key. 10 to shoot, 2 minutes to go in the half. Now to Murray, fires it into Dia. He runs into Milikovic, now gets control of it, throws it up short, no good. Good defense by Milan from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Never been there, but it's only 25 minutes from this arena. Now Iowa State with the basketball. Jones turns, spins, 10-footer, short, no good. Rebound, Jefferson puts it right back up and in.
He just took Brakefield to the floor to get that rebound, and I don't know what they were looking at there.
1:27 to go in the first half, 38-27. Coach Otzelberger clapping his hands over there, trying to get his team to get a stop. Padula, left wing, out front to Murray. 13 to shoot. Now Brakefield has it. Back to Padula. Padula's going to shoot a long 3. Short, no good. Rebound on the floor, picked up there by Heisey. Heisey dribbles it up, pushes Padula back, fires a left-handed pass into the corner to Momcilovic. And then a loose ball. Brakefield had it, but it's going to be a blocking foul.
On Heisey.
On Heisey.
Yeah.
We got the steal there. And Heisey's, I think that's right? Yeah, Heisey will get the foul. That's his 2nd, team 8. They got some guys a little trouble. We got Barnes and Klafke and Davis in with 2 each, and they've got Heisey, Jackson, and Chatfield with 2 each. We'll walk to the other end, and Brakefield will get a 1-and-1.
Yeah, it was a great steal there by Brake, and the guy just stepped right in his path. As soon as he caught the ball, you have to give him space to turn, and Heisey did not give him that.
They showed the replay here, and a lot of Iowa State fans in the house didn't like that one. Kentucky won here before us. They punched their ticket to the Sweet 16 over Illinois. First free throw is good for Jamin Brakefield. Now timeout by Iowa State. Actually, it's a media timeout. Full timeout here. 39-27. Ole Miss leads by 12 with 1 minute to go in the half. We'll send it back to Dan on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
And thank you, DK. As some scores to update you on, 45 seconds to go in the second half in Seattle. And Maryland has come back. They were leading at one point. Colorado State, though, just adding a basket to tie the game at 68 with 45 seconds to go in the ball game. Then the other game in progress right now from Cleveland sees Michigan State trailing New Mexico by a score of 16-11 with a little over 13 minutes to go in the first half. And we will go through that. If anything updating on that game in Seattle, we will get it to you during the Ford halftime show. We'll go through the rest of the men's tournament as well. And before we send it back to Milwaukee stations, we do owe you an ID, so let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Ole Miss basketball from Learfield. One minute remaining in the first half from Milwaukee as Ole Miss leads Iowa State 39-27. For the final minute of the first half, we will now go back to the Fiserv Forum and the voice of the Rebs, David Kellum, and the coach, Mark Dukes.
Ooh, Colorado State, Maryland got a big one, as Dan pointed out. They're 68-all with 20 seconds to go in the NCAA West second round there. That's pretty. We were watching that one. Hey, 487 assists on the season now, fifth most in a single season. The steals are second most, 298 steals for Ole Miss this season. Can become only the second team to get to 300. The 98-99 team had 326.
Wow, I didn't realize that, and I was there.
Well, I threw it to you as a trivia question. You weren't real sure.
I did not realize that, but we did play defense. I'll promise you that.
12th time the Rebels had 10-plus points in the first half this season for Padula. It would be the 8th time shooting over 50% if we maintained that the rest of the way in the first half. Second game in a row because we shot 52% against North Carolina, which was huge in that first half. Ole Miss built up a big lead, got way down the road, and started playing Rabbit Wants to Sleep Under the Tree a little bit, and the turtle just kept coming, and North Carolina got back in that thing, but the Rebels held on and got the victory to move to this game against Iowa State. You want a strong finish? 1 minute to go here, Mark.
Yep, and I think Burfield's got one more. Is that right? Or did he?
Yeah, one more.
And then minute to play, and then hold for one shot. If we can make them take a good bit of the clock, and then hold for one shot and go in with a double-digit lead.
Iowa State got the early start, built up an 8-point lead, the 15-20 mark. Ole Miss is led by as much as 13 and can match that if he makes the second free throw. Jamin Brakefield started his career at Duke, transferred to Ole Miss, the Jackson, Mississippi native. He's been a fantastic player this year for Ole Miss.
Yeah, you know, a guy, it's a senior, been around, accepting that role of coming off the bench is huge.
He hits the free throw. He's hit all 4 of his free throws. He's got 7 points a game. Ole Miss back up by 13, 40-27. Iowa State in the front court, deep in the left wing. Taman Lipsey, guarded by Murray, gives it up to Jones. He's got Padula on him, drives baseline, kicks it back in the wing to Jefferson. Jefferson drives, loses the ball off the shoulder of Dia, and Dia's able to grab it before it goes out of bounds, and the Rebels get the steal. Jefferson just lost control of his dribble. Fortunately, it didn't go out of bounds off of Dia's shoulder. 32 to play in the half, 16 on the shot clock. Top of the key, Jalen Murray. He's being guarded right now by Heisey. 10 to shoot. Picks up his dribble, right side Brakefield, 6 to shoot. Staring inside, nothing there to Murray. Long three, no, off the right iron. Morrell had it, couldn't control it. Out of bounds off of Matt Morrell with 13.9 to play in the half. Barnes will get back in for Ole Miss for Murray.
Yeah, defensive change here with a...
Got to be careful. He's got 2 fouls.
Yeah, and 13.9 seconds and get a little bit bigger guy in for Juju.
And now Iowa State wants to set something up. They're going to call a timeout. Well, you get in these tournament games, you know, it's not one of those, okay, come on down, take a shot, and then we'll go to the halftime. Every possession is critical, and so Iowa State wants to try to get a good look and get a bucket here before going in at the break. Ole Miss with a 13-point lead, 40-27.
Yeah, you hope, DK, that they miss, obviously, and that we can control the rebound, not give them an easy second shot here to finish this half.
Coming up will be the Ford Halftime Show presented by your Mississippi Ford dealers and the Ford F-150, official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, and have been for 47 straight years. Visit your local Mid-South Ford dealer or log on to buyfordnow.com. See why the best-selling trucks are built. Ford tough. Dan will have that for you here in just a moment.
Surprisingly, the Rebels are in the 1-3-1 that we saw a little bit against North Carolina. I wonder if they're going to trap out of this.
But give it to Jefferson. He lets it roll to the center line. Now picks it up. 9 to shoot. Jones drives the lane, hangs for one over the front rim, and scores. That was too easy. He's got 10 points. Rebels have time. 2.1 second. Half-court shot for Badula. Off to the right. No good. We're at the break, and Ole Miss is leading Iowa State 40-29. So a good first half. Coach Beard's getting in the ear of one of the officials. He didn't like how this play ran. He kind of rolls his eyes as he'll head to the locker room and visit with the team. Before we go to break, Coach, as Colorado State just hit a 3-ball to go up 1 on Maryland with 4 seconds left, they'll call a timeout. What do you like? What do you don't like about the first half?
Well, I love the fact that we've been getting them in foul trouble. I love the fact that we've been getting to the rim. It's been successful for us. And I think we've done a better job rebounding, too, on the defensive end in the last 12, 14 minutes. So those things are big in this game, turnovers and rebounds.
Time now for the Ford Halftime Show. The Ford F-150 is the official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels. Rebels 40, Cyclones 29. Dan's next on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
The Walk of Champions, built brick by brick, earned season after season. When you pass through its arch, you become a part of Ole Miss history and emerge with the fighting spirit of a rebel. Ford knows that strong traditions start with leadership, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
This is Ole Miss basketball on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Halftime on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield, and it's time for the Ford Halftime Show, presented by your Mississippi Ford dealers and the Ford F-150, official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels. With best-in-class torque, payload, and towing, it's no wonder that the best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. Drive it home, drive it now, drive it like a Ford. Visit your local Mississippi Ford dealer or log on to buyfordnow.com. Now to the Learfield Network Studios, here's Dan Courts.
And hello, everyone, and welcome inside the network studios. Your Ole Miss Rebels leading the Iowa State Cyclones 40-29. We'll take a look around the NCAA tournament. One game just went final from Seattle, where Maryland was down by 1 with 3 7/10 seconds to go, and Maryland hits a shot at the buzzer from about 15 feet out to get the win, as they're reviewing it right now to see if he got the shot off. and from my vantage point, he clearly did. So Maryland is going to win this 72-71 to get to the Sweet 16. The Terrapins beating Colorado State. One other game in progress from Cleveland, and it is the South Region's 2 seed Michigan State, currently trailing 10 seed New Mexico 20-14. They are almost midway through the first half at Rocket Arena. Finals from throughout the day in Raleigh. West Region top seed Florida took on 8 seed UConn Gators, looking to end the chances of UConn's three-peat.
Second free throw is a big one. Oh, he missed that one too. Rebound to Martin. Martin to the rim. Dunks with 2 hands. And the Gators lead by 8.
Sean Kelly on the call for Florida from Learfield. Gators defeat UConn 77-75. The other game in Raleigh saw East Region top seed Duke meet the 9 seed Baylor. Tyrese Proctor looking to be the difference maker in this ball game.
Knipple has it now. Off of the screen set by Malowacz. Kicks to the left. Proctor again. Dagger! It's been the Tyrese Proctor show. And he's ready to set sail for the Sweet 16.
3 straight games, matching a career high of 6 threes.
That is David Shoemate and John Roth on the call for Duke from Learfield. Blue Devils, a winner over Baylor, 89-66. The game preceding us in Milwaukee saw Midwest Region 3 seed Kentucky victorious over the 6 seed Illinois, 84-75. In Cleveland, East Region 2 seed Alabama takes down St. Mary's, 80-66. And one game now scheduled about 30 minutes from now from Seattle, and that is between the East Region 4 seed Arizona and the 5 seed Oregon. As now where we stand right now is Ole Miss Iowa State winner gets the winner of New Mexico and Michigan State. The other South Region matchup is confirmed. It will be Auburn and Michigan, as we knew from yesterday. Florida will play Maryland in the Sweet 16 from San Francisco at the Chase Center. Arkansas will get Texas Tech in the other game from that one. The winner of Oregon-Arizona will take on Duke. Alabama gets BYU. Those 2 games East Regional from Newark. And then the only one with all 4 teams is the Midwest region from Indianapolis, Houston, and Purdue, and Kentucky, Tennessee, the 2 matchups in the men's tournament. That is your look around the NCAA men's tournament. Ole Miss leads Iowa State 40-29. We'll take a look at the women's tournament when we return. This is Ole Miss basketball from Learfield.
Hey, Rebel fans. For more than 50 years, Mississippi Asthma and Allergies board-certified team of allergists has treated patients by identifying triggers and creating personalized treatment plans. Now with 8 convenient locations across Mississippi, including Oxford, we're right next door when you need us. Treating infants to adults and Ole Miss students. Find our clinic nearest you at msaac.com. Mississippi Asthma and Allergy, helping Mississippi live life to the fullest and allergy-free.
Let's go. Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Grove. The Ole Miss Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big hottie toddy, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Ole Miss pride? Order your card now at regions.com/Go Rebels. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Morrell, bounce pass to Davis, goes up for the dunk.
Back to Milwaukee after this timeout. This is the 2025 NCAA Tournament on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
Ma, is this how you feed a hamster?
I think so.
Is my homework right?
I think so.
Is this milk still good?
I think so.
When it comes to parenting, sometimes it's okay to think you know. But when it's something as important as your child's car seat, don't just think. Know. Double check if your child is in the right seat for their age and size. It'll help protect them in a car crash. Don't just think. Know by visiting nhtsa.gov/the right seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
And hello, everyone, and welcome back inside the network studios as the Ford halftime show continues. Your Ole Miss Rebels lead the Iowa State Cyclones 40-29. We took a look at the men's tournament. Now we take a look at what's going on in the women's tournament, and there is only one game in progress right now from Columbus. 2 minutes into the third quarter, Tennessee leads Ohio State 48-37. Ole Miss women moving on to the Sweet 16 after defeating Baylor 69-63. They will get the winner of Richmond and UCLA. That game will tip off at 9 o'clock from Pauley Pavilion in Los Angeles. The other finals from the women's tournament from earlier today, Duke in Durham defeats Oregon 59-53. In South Bend, Notre Dame a winner over Michigan 76-55. Kansas State going to Lexington, and they are victorious over Kentucky in overtime 80-79. South Carolina takes down Indiana in Columbia 64-53, and TCU defeats Louisville 85-70 in Fort Worth. Those teams all move on to the Sweet 16 with the remaining second-round matchups to come later tonight or tomorrow. Then now we'll go to Ole Miss Athletics. Outside of basketball, Ole Miss baseball defeating Missouri 14-6 to get the sweep of the Missouri Tigers in Como. Ole Miss softball falls to Kentucky 4-2. The Wildcats able to take 2 out of 3 from Ole Miss in the weekend series. That is your look around the NCAA women's tournament and Ole Miss athletics. Ole Miss on the hardwood for the men's tournament, leading Iowa State 40-29. We'll take a look at the numbers when we return on the Ford halftime show. This is Ole Miss basketball from Learfield.
The experts at Oxford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine are the trusted orthopedic team physicians for your Ole Miss Rebels. Their specialists provide elite orthopedic care using state-of-the-art technology and personalized treatment plans to get you back on your feet faster. From mom's sprained ankle to your son's football injury, Oxford Ortho is here for your family. With offices located in Oxford, Batesville, Grenada, Hernando, Cleveland, Calhoun City, and Tupelo, their physicians are always close by when you need them. Oxford Ortho and Sports Medicine is the official orthopedic team physicians for you and your Ole Miss Rebel.
The Grove Collective is here to support, elevate, and protect the well-being of all our student athletes through a wide range of NIL opportunities and initiatives. The Collective is designed to deliver a best-in-class NIL experience worthy of the student athletes who give their all for Ole Miss. Visit thegrovecollective.com and learn more about the premium access and experiences the platform provides for our members, corporate partners, and our athletes. To support all Ole Miss athletes and their NIL platforms, please visit thegrovecollective.com and become a member.
Your home for Rebels basketball. This is the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back inside the network studios as the Ford halftime show continues. Your Ole Miss Rebels leading the Iowa State Cyclones 40-29. A quick look at the numbers from the first half, actually an extended one right now. From a team standpoint, Ole Miss, 48% from the floor, shooting 13 of 27 to Iowa State's 38%, 12 of 32. Ole Miss was 5 of 11 from beyond the arc to Iowa State being 3 of 11. Ole Miss a perfect 9 of 9 from the free throw line. Iowa State 2 of 5 From the charity stripe, Ole Miss only 4 turnovers in the first half to Iowa State 6. The Rebs getting 8 points off Iowa State turnovers. Iowa State did out-rebound the Rebels 19-18, but at one point that was a 10-4 advantage for Iowa State. Iowa State did have 9 offensive rebounds to Ole Miss's 4. The Rebs were led by Malik Dia, who had 14 points on 6 of 10 shooting, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, 5 rebounds, 3 of them defensive, 2 offensive, an assist and a steal, or 2 steals, I shall say. Sean Petula, 10 points on 3 of 8 shooting, 2 of 5 from deep, 2 of 2 from the charity stripe, 1 rebound. Jalen Murray, 2 points on 1 of 3 shooting, 0 of 2 from beyond the arc, had a rebound. Matt Morrell with 3 points, his only 1 for 1 from the floor and 1 for 1 from the free throw line with a rebound and a steal. Dre Davis, 2 points, both of them from the free throw line, had 3 rebounds and an assist and a block. David Barnes, 2 points on 1-of-1 shooting. Eduardo Klafke, only 1 rebound in 4 minutes of action in the first half. The Rebs had 9 points off the bench, 12 points in the paint, and 6 points coming from second chance opportunities. The Cyclones were led by Curtis Jones, 10 points, 4 of 9 from the floor, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc with 2 rebounds to lead the way for the Cyclones. Nate Heisey, 5 points on 2 of 2 shooting, 1 of them a 3, 2 rebounds and an assist. Deshaun Jackson, 2 points, 1 of 3 from the floor, 2 rebounds. Josh Jefferson with 7 points on 3 of 8 shooting, 0 of 2 from three-point range, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, an assist and a steal. Taman Lipsey with 1 point, got it from the free throw line on 1 of 2 from the stripe, 1 assist, 2 steals. And then Milt Masilovic had 2 points on 1 of 7 shooting, 0 of 4 from beyond the arc with 3 rebounds for the Cyclones. And then Brian Chatfield, 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting at 5 rebounds, the team high in that category for the Cyclones in 8 minutes of play in the first half. Iowa State had 12 points from their bench and 16 points in the paint, only 8 second-chance points for the Cyclones, and that's where we are as Ole Miss leads Iowa State 40-29. That will do it for the Ford Halftime Show. After this break, we'll go back to the voice of the Rebs, David Kellum, and the coach, Mark Dukes, in Milwaukee. When we return, this is Ole Miss basketball from Learfield.
Hey, Rebel fans. Got a house hotter than a Mississippi summer or pipes colder than your team's rival? It's time to call Air South Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Whether it's cooling you down, heating you up, fixing those leaky pipes, or keeping your lights on, Air South's got your back. We're the champions of home comfort, just like your Rebels on the field. Call Air South Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical today, where your home is our home field. Call Air South now at 662-304-8412. Air South, we care more.
The Walk of Champions, built brick by brick, earned season after season. When you pass through its arch, you become a part of Ole Miss history and emerge with the fighting spirit of a rebel. Ford knows that strong traditions start with leadership, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
Morrell, bounce pass to Davis, goes up for the dunk.
Back to Milwaukee after this timeout. This is the 2025 NCAA Tournament on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Mississippi. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of Ole Miss and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by Ole Miss.
And we do welcome back to the Fiserv Forum, where Ole Miss and Iowa State are getting ready to play the second half here. The Rebels leading at the break 40-29. 4 steals for Ole Miss. Half of those belong to Diaz. Got a couple. Dan went over the numbers for you a moment ago. 18 rebounds for Ole Miss, 19 for Iowa State. You had 5 out of Dia to lead Ole Miss, 5 out of Chatfield to lead Iowa State. And that'll wrap up our Ford Halftime Show, brought to you by your Mississippi Ford dealers and the Ford F-150, the official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels. Good first half, Mark. We've got 20 more minutes to go.
Yeah, a lot of basketball left. We found out what a lead, how fragile a lead is Friday with the North Carolina game. So, nothing can be taken for granted at this time of year.
Coach Beard meeting with the team. I told you about Dre Davis wearing the powder blue shoes. Coach Beard's got some drip going with the shoes, too. Literally. His Nike swooshes on his white shoes with the powder blue Nike.
Yeah.
It looks like it's paint draining down to the bottom of his shoes. That's pretty cool.
It's neat. The rest of the staff's got on what looks like
the red, white, and blue ones.
Imitation Michael Jordans from about 1988, 89.
Well, Coach Beard's got his 3 daughters here. I don't know if they helped him with his shoe selection or not, but look pretty good. All right. Iowa State will have it first, as they have the possession error. Ole Miss will be playing in front of us here in the second half. Morrell, Davis, Badula, Dia, and Murray on the floor for Ole Miss. Ball is inbounded to Heisey. They got Lipsey, Jefferson, also Jackson, and Momchilovic.
Yeah, they got the 2 bigs that started the game back in with the 2 fouls. Jefferson.
Jefferson has it left wing. Bounce pass down low to Jackson. Jackson gets the paint, throws over front rim, and scores. Well, there's no need for them to panic. They'd like for this to work more. It worked early in the first half. They get a bucket here early in the second half to cut it to 9, 40-31. Padula being really bumped by Lipsey. Now gives it up to Dia. Dia back door to Morrell, driving for the layup. No, tips it up, can't get the rebound. And Lipsey comes out of there with it. I can't believe there wasn't a foul on that. Lipsey, top of the key for Iowa State. Right side to Jefferson. Bounce pass low.
Have help.
Yep. Malikovich turns and shoots a 10-footer over Murray. Missed it. Rebound. Put back up and in by Jackson.
Just like it started right here.
40-33. You hear the Iowa State crowd as they've cut it to 7, as they've outscored the Rebels 4-zip to open the second half. Dia working left wing, gives to Murray. Murray guarded there by Heisey. Drives into the baseline, gets underneath, fires it back out to Morrell. Wide open 3. Good! Matt Morrell desperately needing some threes to go. He's got 6 points. What a bucket. 3 threes away from 200 in his career, but he's been struggling from long ball range.
I noticed him at halftime shooting from that spot and making everything, so maybe that's a good sign.
Jefferson tried to shoot a spinning 10-foot shot in the paint. He got fouled by Dia. Shot didn't go. First foul on Dia, first one on Ole Miss in the second half. That's actually Murray that needs the 3 threes to get to 200 in his career. It was Morrell, he told you earlier, was 3 for his last 22, 14% from 3 over the last 6 games. So great that one went down. And Jefferson to the free throw line. He'll get 2 shots. He was 1 for 3 in the first half. That one's good. 8 points in the game for Joshua Jefferson. Dia will check out. Brakefield will get in for him. 43-34, cuts it to 9. Second free throw for Jefferson. In and out and bounced again. No, tipped out of there. by Jackson, but grabbed by Morrell. Ole Miss with the basketball, leading 43-34, 18-14 to go in the game. Padula dribbles to the left elbow, now gives to Davis in the left wing. Davis had only 2 free throws in the first half. Murray out front. He's got the big guy Jefferson on him. Right side to Brakefield. Brakefield scanning the floor against the man-to-man. Got 8 to shoot. Pump fakes. Gets in the paint. Throws it up. And it goes. And he got fouled. What a shot. He sliced through the traffic. Falling to his right. Threw it up on the glass. It centered and went. And he'll go to the free throw line as well. Wow. That foul will also be on Jackson, and that's his 3rd personal. First one on Iowa State. Coach, we're sitting right here in front of that. I didn't see the opening, that Brake saw.
I didn't either. That was amazing play. Absolutely amazing.
9 points for Brakefield. He's looking for his 10th point and his 23rd double-digit scoring game off the bench. He got it, bounced around, but it went in. He's 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Ole Miss back up by 12, 46-34. Lipsey hustles it up, feeds it left-hand side to Joshua Jefferson. Jefferson drives Davis to the baseline, and then he is tied up by Padula on the way up. Nice play by Sean. Possession error belongs to Ole Miss.
Kept his arm straight up, vertical. It didn't bring him down, and there's no way you can foul if you do that.
And officials sometimes don't go that route. They always give it to the offense. That was nice. Padula works it across the center line, bounce pass to Davis. Jefferson tried to steal it, left Davis alone, and he goes to the bucket with a dunk. He tried to get the steal and missed it, and then Dre hesitated for a second. He realized he had a clear path to basket and dunked that one. Rebels with their biggest lead of the night, up 14. Lipsey with Padula on him. Drives past him, lays it in, and scores.
And got fouled, looks like.
Yep, he came driving in on the right side hard. Lipsey, I watched him against Lipsey against Lipscomb, if you will. He is so quick to the bucket. That's going to be on Jalen Murray. That will be his team second on Ole Miss. And Lipsey will go to the free throw line for an opportunity at old-fashioned three-pointer. He was 1 for 1 in the first half. Only point he scored. He gets this free throw. 3 points for him this trip down. Lipsey will get a breather, and here comes Kelderman into the game for Iowa State. 48-37, Ole Miss by 11, 17-13 to play. Full court press here, Mark, by Iowa State. They get it to Brakefield at the center line. He hustles across the line and now waits for everybody else. Brakefield gives to Murray, top of the key. Murray at the center circle, guarded there by Jones. Holding it with 15 to shoot. Now he's double teamed. He dribbles out of it, gets into the paint, tries to get a bounce pass low to Morrell, but it's kicked out of bounds by Jefferson. Jefferson with a kick save, to be honest with you. When Murray got through that double team or looped around it, he had numbers, and Morrell was wide open under the bucket.
Good defense by getting that foot up. Gives the Rebels 20 more seconds on shot clock, though.
With the kick, yeah. Bounce pass into Davis, pulls up 10-foot jumper, short, no good. Padula tips up there, can't control it. Chatfield, who's checked in the game, gets the rebound for Iowa State. Hands it over to Curtis Jones. Now they feed it down low to Jefferson. He's falling out of bounds, so he saves it back in to Kelderman. Kelderman drives the baseline, threw it away. Rebels with the steal. Padula open for 3 on the offensive end. Yes! Wow. Sean Padula with 13 points and 3 threes. Rebels 51, Iowa State 37. Back up by 14 is Ole Miss. Bounce pass to Jefferson, guarded by Morrell. Padula helps for a double team. Out front, Jones. Jones shoots a long 3. That was way out there. Missed it. Rebounded by Davis. Down the floor, Davis brings it all the way to the corner. Feeds to Brakefield for 3. Good! Jamin Brakefield with a 3-ball. 13 for him. And now Iowa State's got to call a timeout. How about this Rebel crowd behind us? They are loud, and Ole Miss is up 54-37 by 17 with 16:03 to go in the game. We'll take a break on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Hun, did you pack my water for the trip to Olivia's game?
I wouldn't dare forget.
That's Olivia. Did you remember to send her money?
I wouldn't dare Wait, I forgot.
No problem. Just transfer it with your Cadence mobile app. You have your phone, right?
I wouldn't dare Be right back. I forgot something.
Good teammates make life easier. That's why Cadence Bank is here to help you achieve victory. Find a location at cadencebank.com. Cadence Bank. Member FDIC. Data charges may apply.
Inspired by Chuck.
I like adventure, so I'm never in one place for long.
1 minute I'm calling from here, the next
From here, or here, or way down here. Once I called from, but I won't be doing that again.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. C Spire, inspired by you. 5G not available in all areas. Capable device required. See cspire.com for details.
Hey, Rebel fans. Got a house hotter than a Mississippi summer or pipes colder than your team's rival? It's time to call Air South Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Whether it's cooling you down, heating you up, fixing those leaky pipes, or keeping your lights on, Air South's got your back. We're the champions of home comfort, just like your Rebels on the field. Call Air South Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical today, where your home is our home field. Call Air South now at 662-304-8412. Air South, we care more.
Ole Miss 54, Iowa State 37. Rebels on a 6-0 run, made 5 of our last 6 field goals in this basketball game. The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. You know, during that last little run and the timeout, Coach Beard walked all the way over here toward us, stopped about the free throw line, and clapped for the fans over there. He likes their response. We got a good group here. Iowa State's got us outnumbered, but good group of Ole Miss Rebels here. And, you know, Coach, we were talking during the break. It just looks like if we can get out in transition, they got problems with that.
I agree, BK. We did, and they do. Their bigs are big. They're huge, but they can't run. And we can beat them back down the floor and get numbers. If we can clean some rebounds, get clean rebounds and clean outlets, we can run these guys down.
Ole Miss is shooting 71% in the second half, 5 of 7, 3 of 3 from 3 for 100%. And how about Brakefield? He's now 3 of 5, 2 of 2 from 3, 5 of 5 in the free throw line, 13 points for Brake. He's got only 1 turnover and a steal in the contest as well.
Ooh, different approach here. Doesn't the big be the point guard?
You got Brakefield out front, don't we?
Yeah, Jefferson.
Now Jones bombs a long 3 off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Iowa State. Jefferson back to Jones. Jones drives into the paint just inside the free throw line. Now he gives Molich, who shoots off the right iron, and a rebound by Iowa State. Jackson cuts into the paint, feeds it out in the wing, out front to Kelderman, who's in the game. Now left side to Jefferson. He drives over the front rim, can't get it to go. Foul on Ole Miss. That was one of those bad defensive possessions for the Rebels. That's going to be a foul on D, I believe. Will be his second, team third. We got another timeout with 15:31 to go here in the game. Ole Miss still leads 54-37. 2 free throws coming up for Iowa State. We come back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
The Walk of Champions, built brick by brick, earned season after season. When you pass through its arch, you become a part of Ole Miss history and emerge with the fighting spirit of a rebel. Ford knows that strong traditions start with leadership, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
You're listening to Ole Miss Basketball on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
.37, Ole Miss 15:31 to go here in Milwaukee. Last game of the session here. Milwaukee folks done a great job putting this on here at the Fiserv Forum as the Rebels leading Iowa State. Hey, fans, you can support our student athletes and the Grove Collective this season through the Give to the SIP campaign. Be sure to visit thegrovecollective.com for more details. Got a foul on Ole Miss. Let them get too many offensive rebounds that particular possession. Ended up getting the foul on Dia, which was his second of the game. Malik had 14 first-half points, has not scored in the second half. It's amazing how somebody else steps up, though. We look back to the win over North Carolina. It was Dre Davis, 15 points, 8 rebounds. He's got 2 points, 2 free throws. It's just amazing how it cycles through different people on this team. We talked about it in the pregame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys averaging double-digit scoring for Ole Miss. Yeah, Jefferson to the free throw line.
That's huge. Huge to have.
And he makes the first. 9 points now for Joshua Jefferson. He scores 13 a game. He's basically the third leading scorer behind Gilbert, who's not available. And Gilbert is hurt, missing the tournament. Second free throw, no good, spins out, and Dia gets the rebound. So he is their second leading scorer. It's 13 points game for him, 13.4 for Gilbert. Padula dribbles into a double team, in trouble now, gives to Brakefield, flashing by him for a layup. Wow.
Nice cut by Brake, and a good job by Sean seeing that cut.
Rebels up 56-38 by 18. That's the biggest lead of the game. Long way to go, but in pretty good shape right now. The pass goes down low to Jackson. He's one-on-one with Dia. Spins, hook shot, no. Rebounded by Murray. Good job by Malik not to foul there. Up the floor to Brakefield. Back to Murray, now to Brake again. Brake got Dia underneath, but he didn't want him. Now Heisey's holding him. Yeah. Dia pinned him, Coach, got him on his back. Brake didn't see the clear pass, and then Heisey tried to get around him and held him and will foul him. That will be his third.
Yeah, the reason he couldn't see down there is the big man was on him, wide body. It's hard to see around that guy, to see like open player.
Yeah, he was being guarded by a big guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, Jackson.
Into the corner, Morrell for three off the inbounds. Good! Matt Morrell's got another three ball. Let's go, Matt.
Woo,
9 points for him. Yep. 59-38. Ole Miss by 21. Biggest lead of the contest. Rebels on an 11-1 run. They almost gets a steal from Jones, but he controls it. Long pass left wing to Heisey. He fires it inside to Jackson for a dunk. That was easy.
Not quick enough rotating back to the middle. They had a good job and a good trap, forced them to make a couple of long passes, but didn't recover quick enough into the lane.
8 points for Deshaun Jackson. Out front, Morrell on the Rebel offensive end. It's 59-40, Ole Miss by 19. Padula gets it into Dia down low. Bank shot, no, missed it. Rebound, Jefferson the other side. He falls. They're going to call a foul on Brakefield. The guy underneath him, they said that's a lightweight foul from the official there. Second foul on Brakefield. That's the fourth on Ole Miss. And Davis is going to check in for Brakefield. Momcilovic is back in for Iowa State. He'll inbound it to Jones, and Jones will dribble it up. Ole Miss has made 4 of its last 5 field goals. Driving baseline there is Lipsy, who's back in. I don't know why they took him out. Lipsy scares me a little bit, Coach.
Yep, you're right. He gets to the rim well.
Back to Lipsy with 10 to shoot. Jackson drives on Davis. Cross-court pass. Malikovic wide open left corner. No, he blew it. Wow. He's going to make that shot 7 out of 10 times. Rebounded by Ole Miss. Padula gets it. He's got to be frustrated. His shot just will not go. He is 0 of 6 from 3. The one he made was a foul occurred underneath, and it didn't count.
That's a foul on him, too, right there, of holding Dre Davis on the coming off the screen, just grabbed him and held him.
His first team third. Dia's going to check out as Brakefield comes back in for him. Brakefield saying some words to Dia. David Barnes is checked in as well. He'll inbound the ball right in front of us. If I was Morgan Freeman, I could pull his britches.
Oh, yeah, he did that.
Like
That's
Morgan.
amazing. That was one of our best defensive plays.
Inbounded to Murray. Murray to Brakefield. Brakefield being guarded by Jefferson. 12 to shoot. Right side to Jalen Murray. Murray's got Jones on him, looking for a screen. Drives it toward the bucket. Stops with 5 to shoot. Now he spins down a lane, puts up a floater. No, it won't go, but he got fouled. Murray and Lipsy are a lot alike. They've got that explosive, quick speed, and so he got in position to make a bucket. He didn't get it to go, but he got fouled.
It was a hard shot, DK. He was going left and had to get his body squared and just really did a good job even having a chance for it to go in.
Murray will go to the free throw line. The foul's on Curtis Jones. That's his first 4 on Iowa State. Murray has only scored 2 points in the game. His free throw's good, though. Fantastic free throw shooter through the years. And gets that one to go. Murray shooting 83% for the Rebels this season. Second free throw for Jalen Murray on the way. Got them both. Make those frees.
Like to see him getting to the free throw line.
Rebels back up to their biggest lead of 21 points, 61-40 with 12:54 to go. It's gotten to the point now Iowa State needs a run. They need to flip the switch. Jones drives baseline and crashes into Barnes. As he lays it up, it does not go in. But that'll be a foul on David Barnes. Barnes with his third, 5 on the Rebels. Well, you hate for David to get to number 3, but that was a well-used foul. He made sure he didn't make that shot.
Yeah, I don't know what you do as a defender. He held his hand straight up and jumped in vertically and got a foul called on him, I guess for a bump with the body, which doesn't get called in our league ever.
84% free throw shooter is Curtis Jones, and he makes the first. He is their leading scorer at 17.1 points per game. He scored 10 in the first half. That's his first point of the second half. We're at the 12:46 mark. He makes the second one. 12 points now for Jones.
Full court pressure, DK.
Yeah, you kind of felt like this is sort of a token pressure, though.
It was. Didn't try to get a trap out of it at all.
You felt like they'd do something. All this did was help us run some clock. 61-42. Brakefield had it right wing as he tried to drive. He pushed it out of bounds. Coach Beard giving him some instructions, intensely, I might add. Morrell will get in for Klafke, who was in for just a couple of trips up and down the floor. Padula is getting a quick breather, is in for Jalen Murray. We're at the 12:33 mark, so we've got a media timeout coming up here in just a moment.
Put a defensive team on the floor here with a little more size.
Jones lets it roll to the center court as Iowa State desperately needing to preserve some clock. Now to Jefferson. He's doubled down, and Davis tips it out of his hand. Loose ball, Padula. Padula all the way down for the layup. He got it. Wow.
Just outrun him.
15 for Padula, but what a play by Dre Davis.
Yes.
You could see it coming as he had offside help and knocked the ball loose. Out front, Lipsy. Lipsy fakes the 3, gets into the paint, runs into Padula, throws it up, no good. Going to be a foul on Sean Padula. He didn't like it, but that'll be his first. Okay, has Sean ever played this deep in a game before he got his first one?
Nope. and really, like I said before, I don't know what you do defensively. The guy's coming at you full speed. You stand there, get your hand straight up. He bumps you, and you get the foul call. That's twice that's happened, and I can't figure that out.
Lipsy at the free throw line. The first one rolls off, no good. He's 2 for 3 in the game. That may be a little tired legs there. Lipsy on the year shooting 76% from the free throw line. He'll get a second one here. Rebels leading by 21, now by 20 as he makes the second free throw. 5 points for him. 63-43 Ole Miss. 12:05 to play. Ball inbounded to Brakefield. Again, they had backcourt pressure, but it was nothing to it.
No, let him break, catch it inbounds, and bring it up, so no problem there.
Morrell left wing, quick pass to the right wing to Brakefield. He's got Davis underneath. Didn't go in. Now out to Padula. Shot clock at 10. Padula with a switch has Jefferson on him. Shot clock at 8. Pulls, fires a long 3. In and out, no good. I thought that was good. Tipped by Brakefield, and Morrell comes away the ball back out to Padula. So the Rebels a little offensive board. Padula does the double fist bump. That's the offensive play he wants. Barnes pops out in the right wing. Holding foul on Jefferson. He's held Brakefield way out here beyond the arc. That will be his second and the fifth on Iowa State. We got a timeout with 9 seconds on the play clock. That should change with the foul. 11:27 left to go. Ole Miss leads Iowa State, trying to punch a ticket to the Sweet 16 in Atlanta. 63-43 Rebels on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Grove. The Ole Miss Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big hottie toddy, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Ole Miss pride? Order your card now at regions.com/go Rebels. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
The Grove Collective is here to support, elevate, and protect the well-being of all our student-athletes through a wide range of NIL opportunities and initiatives. The Collective is designed to deliver a best-in-class NIL experience, worthy of the student-athletes who give their all for Ole Miss. Visit thegrovecollective.com and learn more about the premium access and experiences the platform provides for our members, corporate partners, and our athletes. To support all Ole Miss athletes and their NIL platforms, please visit thegrovecollective.com and become a member.
As we come back here to Milwaukee, we owe you a station identification as the Rebels lead the Cyclones 63-43 with 11:27 to go. Let's let our stations identify themselves on the Ole Miss Radio Network. We again remind you the Ford F-150 is the official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels. Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks and have been for 47 straight years. Visit your local Mid-South Ford dealer or log on to buyfordnow.com. See why the best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. Well, that's what we want the Rebels to be. Ford tough the rest of the way as they built up a nice lead. We had that big lead against North Carolina, and they came storming back in the second half. But Iowa State's only left with 11:27 to try to get back in this game, Mark.
Yeah, and, you know, as long as the Rebels take care of the ball and rebound and not give up shots, you know, it's going to be hard for them to make a big run against as good as we're playing defense.
Ole Miss is shooting for the game 54%, 56 from 3, 9 of 16, and 100% from the free throw line, 12 of 12. Ole Miss inbounds it, 14 to shoot. Diaz got it deep in the left wing. Padula pops out there to take a handoff from him. Jones is on him in a man-to-man. Padula works to the left wing, steps up, dumps it low to Barnes for an easy two. Wow, what a look by Padula, but Barnes breaking free underneath. 4 points for him. Boy, we burned Iowa State on that one. That was off the bench by Coach Beard.
That was easy too, DK.
22-point lead for Ole Miss. Biggest advantage, loose ball. They're going to call a foul on Dre Davis.
Yeah, he's killing us, that guy.
Dre can't believe it. The ball popped loose, and they said he threw an elbow. Dre cannot believe it. He is begging, pleading. That will be his third foul, 7th one on Ole Miss. Jefferson will go to the free throw line, and he'll be there with a 1-and-1. It's been about every other free throw in this one, and he makes this one. 10 points in the game now for Joshua Jefferson, the transfer from St. Mary's. Davis will have to check out with the 3 fouls for a while. He's disappointed. Dre, it's amazing that Dre got called on that one because Jefferson looked like he was out of control. But it is what it is. This one's in and out, no good. Well, he's every other one again. Dia gets the rebound, hands it to Padula.
The highest three-point percentage tournament game for Ole Miss, 53.3% against Villanova in 1999. Ole Miss is at 56.3 right now.
That was right here in Milwaukee, too, DK.
Right
the
here
Bradley Center.
at the old center down the road a little bit. I'm sure I called that game. You were
You
there.
did.
65-44. Ole Miss by 21 with the ball. 10.5 to play. Padula with 4 seconds to Dia at the free throw line. Fires the 16-footer short. Off the rim, no good. And the rebound is pulled down by Momcilovic. Down the floor, they get it to Lipsy, driving for the layup, and a foul's going to be called on Ole Miss. See how quick he gets down there? Goodness gracious. Well, they got into transition. That's going to be on Matt Morrell. That will be his first.
Well, they figured out they got to try to do something quick. They got to get some shots up quick, and Lipsy's one of the guys, and Jones that can push the ball. The other guys don't have the speed that those two have.
A lot of hands on the hips, really both teams, so it's going to be hard to be quick. Lipsy makes his first free throw. That fouls the 8th on Ole Miss. So Lipsy in the game now with 6 points. He had only 1 at the break.
Cannot take anything for granted right now, DK. Lead means nothing. Got to keep playing basketball. Too much time to play.
He makes the second one. Well, I know sometimes you say, pretend like it's 0-0. No, we don't really want to do that. We got a big lead. We want to work some clock and all of that. But the bottom line is a lot of time left. No time to take the foot off the pedal, so to speak. To Dia. Dia, top of the arc. 10-10 to go. Ole Miss 65. Iowa State 46. 19-point lead for the Rebels. Trying to get to Atlanta in the Sweet 16. Padula, one-handed pass to Murray, right wing. Murray dribbles to the top of the key, gets to the baseline, pulls up, floater, good, over the big guy.
Yep.
Jackson, what a
over
shot.
Jackson, 6'11", 270.
6 for Murray. He ain't been scared of no big guy all year, has he? His whole career. Oh, there's a steal. Jones has it taken away by Padula. 3-on-1, behind the back pass to Morrell. As he goes up, he gets fouled by Jefferson. Basket does not go. 3rd on Jefferson, 6 on Ole Miss, or on Iowa State.
Coach Beard, he's going to call Padula over and say, okay, you know, it looked good and all that, but maybe you should have made the pass across the floor and got the easy layup instead of making the behind-the-back pass. That's what my guess is. That's my guess is what he's saying.
And Sean probably said, hey, Coach, I stole it on the other end. Morrell at the free throw line with 2 shots. He made a free throw in the first half. This one rattles out. No good. 9 points in the game for Matt Morrell. He's been scoring 10.5 per game. Dia will check out. Brakefield will get in. Rebels have Brakefield, Davis, Morrell, Murray, and Padula. Murray and Padula talking side by side each other's center circle. Second free throw for Morrell. You know, when you think about those two guys, too, they've been huge for this team all year long. And the experience, the added experience between Sean Padula and Jalen Murray is just crazy. Those two guards have played a lot of hoops.
Yes, they have.
68-46, Ole Miss by 22. That matches the biggest lead. Driving down the lane, Heisey puts up a layup. Boy, he just came in, and we didn't even cut him off. 7 points for Nate Heisey. Heisey, redshirt senior from Lake City, Minnesota. 68-48, Ole Miss by 20. 9:15 to go. Brakefield scanning the floor. Out front to Barnes. Now Padula pops out to take it between the circles. Padula yells something out, puts it on the deck, drives past Jefferson, gets in the paint, tries to go up, knocked out of his hands. He wanted a foul call, didn't get it. And the ball taken away by Iowa State. Jones tries to penetrate the baseline. Davis knocks it out of his hand. He just checked back in. And then when Jones controls it, Iowa State calls a timeout. 8 minutes and 55 seconds to play. 68-48. Ole Miss leading Iowa State. This is not a media timeout, so we'll keep it here. Do want to remind you, earlier today, congratulations, Coach Yo and the Ole Miss women's team. They knocked off Baylor in their home gym to advance to the Sweet 16, 69-63, the final score there. We got to play some of her post-game interview in our long pregame show earlier. We congratulate them. And also, Ole Miss baseball completed a 3-game sweep on the road over Missouri, winning 14-6 today. They're 18-5 on the year, 4-2 in the SEC. Got Memphis and Florida at home this upcoming week.
This is one of those situations, DK, where as a coach, you sit over there and is this clock ever going to run?
I know it. You've said this before, by the way.
It gets to that point about this time in the game, you wonder if the clock's even moving.
Coach Stonewall, Coach Adams on each side of Coach Beard. He's got Coach Pinkins closer to the Patton, by the way, is here. Our signee, Patton Pinkins, who is Coach's son. He was sitting in the stands the game. I don't see him again right now. He may be in a different location, but fantastic player. And will be coming to Ole Miss next year out of Texas. Run through steal for Padula as Lipsy makes a lazy pass, and Padula runs in and lays it in with a left hand. Gave him a head fake and took it in and laid it in. Wow, what a shot by Sean Padula. He's got 17 in the game. 70-48, Ole Miss by 22 again. Backdoor pass to Chatfield. Reverse layup. He blew it. Missed it. Barnes gets the rebound. He knocks his other teammates out of the way.
It's okay if he gets it. Doesn't matter if he knocks our guys down.
He knocked Brakefield to the deck. I'll say this much about David. He's not huge, but he will fight for a board.
Yes, he will. He's gotten some big rebounds for us this year.
Brakefield, top of the key. Gives it to Murray, who pops out. 10 to shoot. Murray dribbling between the legs in the center circle. Got Lipsy on him. Drives past him. Backs it up the wing. Bombs the three. Good! Jalen Murray with his first three of the game. He's 2 from a career 200. Big-time shot. Rebels with their biggest lead up 25. Long three is good for Jones to answer. Curtis Jones with a three. That's his third. 15 points for him. That didn't take long to get
No, he answered
right
that
back
real
in there.
quick, yeah.
7:40 to play. 73-51 Ole Miss. Brakefield, top of the key. And that's going to be a travel, no doubt. Well, they called it. Chatfield's putting some heat on him when he picked up the dribble, and he slid that pivot foot back toward the center line. That was a good call, no doubt about it. In fact, there's been a lot of times this year that we're wondering why that has not been called. I hate it's against our guy, but it is what it is. Timeout with 7:33 to play. Ole Miss, 73. Iowa State, 51. Some of the Cyclone fans are heading out. This thing's not over yet, but we'll be back shortly. See if the Rebels can finish the deal on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Oh, you like this? It's the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence. Just like you, it's going to do great things, like summarize Dad's never-ending work emails, or create a custom memory movie with photos of you learning to walk. I can see your little mind is blown right now. Get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on C Spire's 5G network on us with a new line. C Spire, inspired by you. Apple Intelligence is available now. Requires iOS 18.1 or later. Offer requires purchase of 36-month device payment plan and eligible wireless service plan. See cspire.com for details.
This is Ole Miss basketball on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Dan Quartz with you in the network studios as your Ole Miss Rebels lead the Iowa State Cyclones 73-51 with 7:33 to go in the second half. For those just joining us and did not see the end of it, in Seattle, Maryland, Derek Queen hitting a buzzer beater to beat Colorado State 72-71. The Terps will now go see Florida in the Sweet 16. Two other games in progress right now. They are at halftime in Cleveland, and second seed Michigan State, who Ole Miss would play if they win this game, trailing New Mexico 31-29, has said it will either be New Mexico or Michigan State should Ole Miss be able to hang on in their ball game right now, but Michigan State down 2 at the break. In Seattle, they're midway through the first half. Oregon ahead of Arizona 26-18. Again, our score, Ole Miss 73, Iowa State 51. Here's the voice of the Rebs, David Kellum, and the coach, Mark Dukes.
Thank you, Dan. 7:33 to play here as well. 17 points for Padula, 6 assists. 6th game this year where he's gotten to 6 or more. Iowa State with the basketball. Jefferson out front, Dia guarding him. Now Lipsy. Lipsy gets a switch, and Dia's on him now. Jones, long 3-ball. Rolls across, no good. Rebounded by Dre Davis of Ole Miss. Davis, Murray, Barnes, Dia, and Morrell. Padula's getting a break right now. So Murray will run the point. Jalen's got it right wing. Juju scanning the floor against a man-to-man. 7 minutes to play. Brings it out top with 15 to shoot. Murray looking, yells something out to Morrell as he passes through. And now Murray still dribbling with 5 on it. Skips a pass left corner. Morrell for 3. Good! I guess he told Matt, go get in the far corner and I'll get it to you. Wow. 3 threes for Morrell. Isn't that great? He's hit only 2 in the last 6-7 games. Jackson on the inbounds pass into him in the paint. Loses control of it. It goes out of bounds. Turnover back to Ole Miss. We're back up to our biggest lead of the night. 25-point advantage for the Rebels. 76-51 with 6:35 to go. Can you smell it? Can you smell it?
I'm beginning to get a little sniff, DK, of it.
Trying to get to Hot Atlanta. Dia between the circles, dribbling. Man-to-man for Iowa State as they played the whole way. Juju Murray gets the ball. He slowly works it back out to the center circle, too. Jones on him. He drives by him, gets the paint. Free throw shot. In and out, no good. Missed a 15-foot, which would be a bunny for him. Didn't go. Rebounded by Deshaun Jackson. Iowa State now in the front court. Jones drives past Dia, feeds in the lane to Jackson. Goes up the layup at the bottom of the rim, but he got sandwiched by Davis and Dia. They can probably pick either one. It's going to be on Dia. That'll be the 3rd on Malik. 9 on Ole Miss. 11 makes from 3 today, ties the program record for most makes from deep in the NCAA tournament game. We also hit 11 against Oklahoma in 2019. They absolutely blew us out of the gym.
Yeah, we made 11 threes. Wow.
we were desperately trying to get back in it with a lot of 3 balls late. This one is on the way and good for Deshaun Jackson. Last time the Rebels were in the NCAA tournament, Kermit Davis got us there. It was really cool to see Kermit come back to some of his players that are honored on senior night, took pictures with them. 76-52. This one rolls off no good. And he's made one, missed one again. 24-point lead for Ole Miss. Sean Padula has checked back in the game with 5:49 to play. Clock running. Bounce pass to D in the left wing. Malik scanning the floor. He had 14 first-half points, hasn't scored in the second half. Euro drive. Well, he heard me.
Yeah,
Euro drive down the lane and deal with a right-handed lay-in.
Yeah, he heard you, DK, and he took it to heart and went ahead and made the play.
16 points now for Malik Dia, and he'll go to the free throw line. Wow, chant of SEC. Kentucky won earlier tonight. Rebels winning now. We're going different places. Kentucky's going to Indianapolis. Ole Miss would go to Atlanta. 78-52. Ole Miss by 26, which is the biggest lead of the game. I keep saying that. I like that. That's a good thing, right?
Absolutely. Who would have believed this? I would have never. You could have.
Dia's free throw dips in and out. Dia's 65% shooter, but missed his first free throw. Yeah, we were expecting a tight game down to the finish.
I'd have bet the house that the score wouldn't be this.
On a drive, a floater is good by Jones. He kept Morrell off of him, made the bucket, and a foul on Morrell. And that will be Matt's second and the 10th on the Rebels. 2 shots the rest of the way for Iowa State. Now, you got to really like Curtis Jones. He's their leading scorer, 17.1 points per game. He's now up to 17 points in this one. And he's at the free throw line. He's 2 for 2. 80% shooter, rolls in, it's good. 18 points for Curtis Jones. Transfer from Buffalo.
Not even putting full court pressure on DK. Maybe they've given up. I don't know.
It sure feels that way, doesn't it?
The clock won't roll. I can't get it to 4 minutes. I mean, I've been sweating it down, and I'm still not getting it there.
Well, the Rebels, it becomes a math game, and Coach Beard knows that. He's got that going in his head. Murray at the left elbow loses control. He got bailed out because it's a foul on Iowa State's Heisey. That will be his 4th, 7 on Iowa State.
Well, this crowd's thinned out, hadn't it?
Yeah.
Completely packed when we started this game, and a lot of Kentucky fans still here, a lot of Illinois fans were still here, but they are out of here now because they see the blowout coming.
78-55, Ole Miss by 23. 2 free throws for Jalen Murray. 9 points in the game, or 1 free throw. It's an and one. He missed it. No, it was a 1-and-1. That's right. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Heisey from the left wing drains a 3. That's his second 3 of the game. 10 points for him. He usually scores only 5 points a game. 78-58, Ole Miss by 20. 4:50 left. Brakefield brings it up. It's a bounce pass over here in the right wing in front of us to Morrell. Back to Brake. Now to Murray. Padula is out front. Now to Brakefield, and he drives, and they touch the ball on the way up. He was able to regather and still lay it in.
Yeah, they're taking some chances in the half-court defense now, which is going to give the Rebels some looks like we just got.
80-58 from the left corner. A 3 ball is good from Momcilovic. That's his first 3 of the game. He's really struggled. He's 1 of 7 now, but he made that one. 80-61, cuts it to 19 with 4:13 to play. Padula driving into paint, Euro step, reverse layup didn't go, but he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. He saw Morrell late, but he was already kind of committed. He probably could have dumped that off to Morrell for an easier play, but he was already into his progress there. And he'll go to the free throw line. Will Sean Padula with 2 free throws. 2 for 2 in the game. He'll get 2 here. That foul was on Jones. That'll be his second. 8 now on Iowa State. 9, actually. 9 on Iowa State. The Rebels will shoot 2 the rest of the way. First free throw for Padula is good. 18 points in the game for Padula. Scored 20 against North Carolina. He's on the verge of getting 20 in his second NCAA game this year. 81-61, Rebels by 20. 4:05 left to go.
You know, Malik Dia just went out, but he's 2 rebounds from a double-double, DK. I did not realize that till I just looked at the stats.
Yep, sitting on 8.
Yep.
Second free throw good for Padula. 82-61, Rebels by 21. We got our fans are in the jugular vein, chanting defense back here, right?
Yeah.
Jones penetrates, feeds it down low to Jefferson. He goes up and lays it in. He got fouled by Davis. And that will be the 4th on Dre, 11 on the Rebels. We got a timeout with 3:52 left to play. One more segment, as Coach Beard would talk about. And right now, Ole Miss leading Iowa State 82-63, trying to finish the deal and punch the ticket to the Sweet 16. We'll take a break on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
The Walk of Champions, built brick by brick, earned season after season. When you pass through its arch, you become a part of Ole Miss history and emerge with the fighting spirit of a rebel. Ford knows that strong traditions start with leadership, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
Hey, Rebel fans. For more than 50 years, Mississippi Asthma and Allergies board-certified team of allergists has treated patients by identifying triggers and creating personalized treatment plans. Now, with 8 convenient locations across Mississippi, including Oxford, we're right next door when you need us. Treating infants to adults and Ole Miss students. Find our clinic nearest you at msaac.com. Mississippi Asthma and Allergy, helping Mississippi live life to the fullest and allergy-free.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports. And we've got you covered on SiriusXM College Sports Radio. There's complete coverage of every major conference, plus live games and 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now and see offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 25.
Ole Miss in command of this basketball game, leading 82-63 with 3:52 left to play. Trying to punch that ticket the Sweet 16. Several have already done so. Dan's been giving you scores all night. He'll have a full rundown of the tournament in our post-game show. We'll also be hearing from Coach Chris Beard and players, as coming up will be the post-game show, brought to you in part by our friends at C Spire, official wireless provider of Ole Miss athletics. Well, having been around Coach Beard and this staff all year and these players, what they demand is you play to the end. We don't care what the score is. So I think you'll see maintained intensity the rest of the way out of Ole Miss, huh, Mark?
Yeah, absolutely, DK. Just we finally got it under 4 minutes now, and I feel a little more comfortable. But crazy things happen sometimes.
Ole Miss shooting 58.3%. If we can stay above 53.3, it'll be new tournament record for the Rebels. 61.1% from three, 11 of 18. Shot well from three against North Carolina. And 83% from the free throw line, 15 of 18. Right now, Iowa State, the free throw line, Jefferson, and he makes the shot. 82-64 Ole Miss. Full court pressure from Iowa State. Dre Davis has it, slowly works it up on Momcilovic. Now gives it up to Brakefield. Brakefield, center circle.
What is going on?
I don't know why he didn't give it to Murray. Now he dribbles to the left wing with
Maybe
10 on the shot clock.
One-on-one here
with Jefferson. It's down to 8-7. Now he gives it up to Dre Davis with 5. Dre Davis drives all the way in for the layup. No, and he missed the rim. It's going to be rebounded by Jefferson. That was not a good offensive possession. Down the floor quickly to Jones. Brakefield picks him up. Jones blows by him down the lane. Layup. Got it over the front rim. Curtis Jones. 20 points for him. He's a player now. No doubt. 82-66 Ole Miss. 3 minutes left. Padula trying to drive. Jones reached around and tried to knock the ball out. They're going to whistle him for a foul, his third. 10 on Iowa State. 2 free throws coming up for Sean Padula. 19 points for Padula. He's trying to get his second 20-point game in the tournament. Makes one of these two, he'll do that. A little hotty-totty behind us, too.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
First free throw is good. And 20 points now for Sean Padula out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Got a lot of family here. He's not too far away. Transfer from Virginia Tech.
Dre Davis got family here from Indianapolis.
Yep.
Well, there was a lot of family here, actually.
Second free throw from Sean Padula. On its way. In and out, no good. Matt Morrell's mom, I saw her in the lobby. I know she's here.
Yes.
83-66 Rebels. Lipsy drives and lost it out of bounds.
Yes.
He did the same thing Brakefield did down here earlier in the game. Dia had him fronted, and as he tried to turn the corner on Dia, he just pushed it out of bounds, lost it off his hand. Full court press for Iowa State. Again, I just don't understand why there's no intensity in this press, like a turned-up Nolan Richardson, Arkansas-type press, you know?
Yeah, they've got a little smaller lineup in there, a little more quickness than they normally have, but I guess they don't feel like they're quick enough to do it. That's all I could figure out.
Out front, Padula dribbles to the left wing, pulls up, shoots a three. It was blocked there, Malikovic, and the rebound comes out to the center or top of the circle, grabbed by Lipsy. He gives to Jones, who drives, feeds in the corner. There's a long ball in the way, rolls off, no good, missed by Malikovic, but rebounded, put right back in by Jefferson, and a foul on Padula. Padula gets his second. Jefferson with another bucket. Jefferson's played hard. 15 points. He struggled at the free throw line.
Yeah, he has, and that's been good for us. And I think Coach is getting on Sean about, that foul. Why foul right there? The guy's going to make that. He's bigger than you. He's strong. Just let's let the game go on.
He's 5 for 10 from the free throw line. 83-68 Ole Miss. This free throw is good. 83-69. They've cut it to 20 or to what? 14 now, yeah. With 2:14 left. Rebels led by as much as 26. Padula fires a pass up to Davis. Down low to Morrell. Skips it back out to Murray. 83-69 Rebels. Murray top of the key. Still dribbling. They're not fouling with 2 minutes to go. And a bad pass. He threw it away. Tried to get it Davis left wing. The Rebels. This is kind of looking like the end of the North Carolina game. Minute 52 left, and Coach Beard's going to call a timeout.
Don't blame him.
Game not over, but a 14-point lead for Ole Miss with a $1:52 left. So Iowa State's just kind of punched away. They've made 6 of their last 7 field goals, and Ole Miss has not scored a field goal in the last 2 minutes and 46 seconds. So they've been able to whittle into the lead. This is a short 30-second timeout. Both teams will come back onto the floor.
You know, Coach Beard's telling our guys, finish the game, guys. Finish the game. And last few trips on offense have been kind of a haphazard, I would say.
Well, and as bad as he shot, Momcilovic is an outstanding three-point shooter. You just get it to him a few times, see if he gets hot. Lipsy drives, feeds it left side. There's a long three that's good for Heisey. That's his third three.
Yeah, we go to zone, and they knock the three down immediately. And pressure here, though.
Now real pressure.
Yep.
Rebels break it to Padula. It's 83-72, an 11-point lead. Down low to Dia. Dia for a layup. He got it and got fouled. Well, we heard him in a fast break.
That's how you finish right there. Go ahead and play. Take that 3-on-1. Get those points.
85-72. Rebels by 13 with a $1:33 left. Dia will go to the free throw line. That foul was on Lipsy, his first of the game. Malik Dia 0 for 1 from the line. He's got 18 points in the game. Free throw on its way. Rolled across, no good. Jefferson gets the rebound. Iowa State with some urgency, hustling up the floor. Lipsy, he hits Jones trailing, turns the corner, pulls up for a three left side. Got it. Lipsy with a long shot. Not Lipsy, but Jones with a long shot. Made it.
10-point game, DK. Went from 25 to 10 in, 4 minutes?
Rebels, Iowa State, 3 of their last 3 now. They've hit 3 in a row. And it's 85-75 with a minute 19. Welcome to the NCAA tournament. It ain't over till it's over. And now, Iowa State, maybe not quite, but they're getting, it's 4 possessions. They may be thinking, okay, let's put them at the free throw line, see if they'll miss some more. Because the Rebels were really good at the line early, but Diaz missed 2 in the second half. Padula's missed his last one. Murray's missed his last one. Morrell's 1 for 2 in the second half.
Yeah, we got to make sure we get it in Juju, Padula, or Matt Morrell's hands. Guys that you feel confident going to the line and making 2 free throws. I really think they're going to really pressure hard in the backcourt here, look for some traps, and then foul in the front court.
Well, the Iowa State fans that didn't bail out that are still here, there's one full section over there. A lot of them have left. The ones that have stayed have been rewarded by the pretty good effort by the Cyclones to get back in it. Down by 10 with a minute 19 left. 85-75 Ole Miss. The Rebels' biggest lead, 26. Remember, we had a 22-point lead over North Carolina. And they turned that one into a game. Coach Beard, after he meets with the entire team, Juju pats him on the back, asked him something, and Coach Beard gave him some kind of instructions.
I was telling him to go get the ball right here and get open so you can shoot free throws.
Padula inbounds at length of the floor to Morrell. He goes in, layup, missed it, gets his own rebound, goes back up for the layup and scores.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, take the points. 87-75. Falling on the floor as Jones loses the ball, and Breakfield's got it. One-handed tomahawk slam, and the Rebels take it back up to 14.
Yeah, I think that does it.
Breakfield with the dunk. 89-75 Ole Miss, 53 seconds left. Jones just fell and lost the ball. Pass into Jefferson. Jefferson back out to Jones. Drives the right side of the lane, puts up a layup and scores, and he got fouled. 25 points for Curtis Jones. He is a senior from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
That is unbelievable. Let the guy have the 2 points for 44 seconds.
Foul on Davis, and he will foul out. That's his 5th. Fouls out with 44 seconds to play. Dre didn't have the game he had the other night. He leaves with 4 total points. 1 basket, 2 made free throws. Jones at the free throw line to try to get an and 1. Looking for his 26th point. Got it. 4 for 4 from the line. 89-78, 11-point lead, but Iowa State's dropping back.
Yep.
Padula slowly works it across the center line. 38 seconds, clock running, 23 to shoot. Jones comes out on Padula. Padula to Murray. Our fans are chanting, "We want Cam," but Coach Beard wants this to be a dub without any more subs, I would imagine. And Murray takes it in and scores. He's still got the foot on the gas pedal, especially the way they came back. 91-78, Ole Miss by 13. 14 seconds left. Jones drives, falls, and loses the ball again. Padula helps him up. Murray dribbles it out, and the Ole Miss Rebels with 6 seconds left will hold the ball, not score. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Here we come, Hot Atlanta. The Rebels punch a ticket to the Sweet 16. 91-78, the final score here in Milwaukee. A lot of smiles in those red jerseys, Mark.
Absolutely, BK. And, you know, I can no longer say that I was a part of the only team in Ole Miss history to go to the Sweet 16, and I'm happy that I can say that.
You might be the only one going twice, you and me, I guess.
Yeah.
Going again. How about it? Looking forward to it. It's been a long drought, but we're excited to see what the Rebels can do in Atlanta. Stay tuned for our postgame show. We'll hear from Coach Chris Beard, and we'll also talk to hear from players in the press conference. He's giving a clapping for the fans there in front of us. We appreciate our fans who did a great job of getting here.
I think we'll have a big-time crowd in Atlanta, close to home.
Some of my folks already predicted we win this game, and they've already got some tickets.